Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis, and with me tonight, I have, as always, Stu Wally. Tonight, we're going to talk about Enzo Fernandez. There have been some updates recently today about Enzo Fernandez, and the thing is, the midfield merry-go-round has another strand. Manchester City are looking at Enzo Fernandez. And why is this a big news on the Man United channel? It's because it's possible implications for Manchester United's pursuit of Elliot Anderson. Because when the merry-go-round, if Manchester City are going to go for a player like Enzo Fernandez, how can they afford a player like Elliot Anderson? But, news is only as fresh as they are. And this came out 27 minutes ago. And now it's Fabrizio Romano, not Laurie Whitwell, saying the complete opposite. Manchester City are ready to offer Elliot Anderson a very, very big contract and are leading the race to sign him. So Manchester United remain on the lookout in case Manchester City failed to complete the deal. So it's still getting a little bit sus. So guys, this will be one of the talking points. We have some injury updates on Lenny Yoro. Also, when it comes to Ballon d'Orgu, we have a lot of other transfer update news on Rashford, on Van de Ven, all of this. You probably know it by now, but you haven't heard mine and Stu's opinion. And I want to know your opinion, guys. So please do us a favor, smash the like, subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils. And we will be back after the intro, Stu and I. So guys, see you in 2 seconds. And while you wait, do me a favor, smash the like. It's so important. Okay, thank you. See you in a bit. Yes. Welcome to the Tactical Devils. As always, I'm your host, Jarvis, and with me tonight, we have this beautiful man, Stu Wally, ready to help you through the next couple of hours with transfer updates, opinions. And guys, I have a special thing saved up for you guys, because I want to talk a little bit about the coaching staff of Carrick and what should we do when we go forward. I've been scouting a couple of guys, fitness coaches, assistant manager, tactical brains, set piece coaches. There are people out there that we actually should try to go for. And, my take is scrap Woodgate, scrap Evans, scrap even Holland. We need the best in class if this Carrick thing is going through. So that will be something, that will be a segment later in the show. So just stay tuned. But first of all, before I say hello to you guys in the chat, I want to say hello to my friend Stu Wally. So how are you, my friend?
I'm all right. Yeah, I've had a reasonable week this week. So my brother's team have got a semi-final this weekend. So I'm quite looking forward to that. A load of my mates are playing in the semi-final for different teams as well tomorrow night. So I'm going down to watch that. So yeah, got a lot. It's been a good week. The sun's almost out. I've dug my bike out. Dug my summer bike out as well. So I've got to do a bit of maintenance on that. But yeah, really interesting what's going on in the world of football yet again. Liam Rossini, 4 months' work. We don't know what his payoff was, but a few £1 million in his back pocket for 4 months. Thank you very much. I don't think he's going to be too upset with his.
He had 6 years left on his contract or something stupid.
Well,
like that.
Yeah, they did. I mean, somebody said there was a break clause in there. I mean, fucking
£24 million,
something
give or
like
take.
That. It's hard work, isn't it? It's hard life, isn't it? So
it's only money, Tom Bowley, Clear Lake, and all of them. For them, it's just a joke.
Billions. They deal in billions, don't they? They deal in billions.
They
don't deal in millions. They deal in billions. So no, it's been a really strange week. I thought Chelsea were well beaten on Tuesday. I thought Burnley give City a real good run for the money last night. It'll be interesting to see how we step up against Brentford. You would probably go as far as to say Keith Andrews will be in a reckoning for manager of the season for what he's done with Brentford, for where he's come from, that is. I can't see Guardiola getting it, even if he wins the title. There's no way Arteta's going to get it if they scrape over the line. So I would say Keith Andrews is in with a shout. Big fair, fair play to him. We're in for a tough game Monday. Everybody, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. We will do the breakdown in this weekend, most likely Sunday night, but maybe Saturday night. I will see the schedule, but that will be interesting. But we know a little bit because Carrick came out with a presser today, and we will also talk about the Carrick presser. He gave some interesting injury updates on Lenioro and Dorgu. So we will know more about it. I just want to say hi to Jarle, Twalumba Piri, Johnny Commode, Paul Tobin, big up Paul Tobin. I am Titanium Belal is here. We have Proven Tunes. Big up, coming in and say, big up Jarvis, dropping a like and listening with my Tunes channel. Eddie, it's you. Big up, Eddie. Good to see you, Eddie. Big up, Proven Tunes. Yeah, that's you make some animations. That's the thing. Funny animations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Big up, Eddie. Good to see you. We have Monty in the house. Big up, Monty. I hope you're well. Johnny Kermode, as I said, let me just scroll down a little bit. We have Danny B, Irish Pit Terrier, coming in and say, big up crew with that green and gold heart emoji. Glazers out, guys. Glazers out. And is it just me is here? And you know what, Stu? He's back.
Who is?
Guess who's back?
Trevor Wade.
Trevor
Wade is in the house. Where has he been?
We have Trevor Wade back. Thank you. Welcome back to the show, Trevor Wade. Evening, guys. Jarvis, I'm just in, and all I hear is this beautiful man, Stu. Wally, have you something to tell us? Is there a proposal in the mix? Biggest question is, who is the bride?
Definitely no proposal. I might be in a bit of trouble there.
I'm so secure. I can call Stu a beautiful man because he's a beautiful man, handsome man.
Well, I wish. I need a haircut. Trev, where have you been? Tell everyone where you've been. You've been sorely missed.
Yes.
I'll be back, mate. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, there you go, everybody. We missed Trev. We
missed you, Trev. I was starting to think maybe we had done something wrong. Maybe we offended you in a way, but I'm so glad that you're back. And people have tried to banter us, but it's not the same. It's not the same
without Trev. Not the same without Trev. But they're good. There's been good banter though. Very good banter.
Yeah.
I've even gone a different color vitamin shake. Vitamin drink this week. This is. I think this is for the libido, gentlemen. This one, the libido. Jarvis doesn't need anything for the libido because he is. Oh, is that Philip? Hi, Philip. Wow, look at that hairstyle. How you doing, buddy? So Jarvis is the international playboy of Tromsø, Norway. You just look at that face, and he's got girls. He's like, you tonight, you tomorrow, you at the back, you're in on Friday. He's got him queuing at the door.
He's like this old man. That's what can I say? What more can I say?
He's got that twinkle in the eye. He's got that twinkle in the eye. He's been on his holidays to France. Brilliant. Went to Euro Disney. Trev, tell me.
You told a story about Euro Disney the other day.
I did tell a story about Euro Disney. I was about to ask you, is the Wild West show still on, where you split into 4 groups, and I think it's an all you can eat, all you can drink event, and you have they give you a cowboy hat. We were in the blue, and they wouldn't serve us any more drinks because we drank too much. And is the nightclub still open, where you can stumble in at 7 a.m. And get lost, where your hotel next door to you? You thought it was miles away. So let us know. And last time I was there, so it shows you how long ago it was. The Smith ride was there, so I don't know if that's still.
Yeah.
Going, but tell us about your holiday, Jeff. We'd love to know.
Guys, I just want to run through what we are going to cover this show. I have a quiz prepared for you guys that will come in at the end of the show. That will be difficult. We have some updates on Rashford. We are talking about what will happen with Pep Guardiola and his assistant coach if Pep wins this season. Maybe there's an assistant coach with very astute technical awareness could be available to help out Carrick. I will mention his name in a while. We are still in the race for Jan Diomande, but City has also entered the race for him. There will be some updates on that one. We will talk about the Carrick presser. We have been linked to Rafael Leao, the AC Milan winger again. Yes, we have, and with Tchouaméni, that's for real. Even Andy Mitten came out, talked about him. As I said, we have the injury updates. We will talk about Elliot Anderson and Enzo. That's the main target. And also, I have some interesting manager updates. We talked about Iraola maybe going to Atletico Bilbao, but they have a favorite now, and that's the Borussia Dortmund manager. So he's not going back to Spain. Where is Iraola ending? That's a interesting question. And also we have an old friend who's going back to the Premier League, none other than Ruben Amorim. Yes, you heard me right. We will face Ruben Amorim next season. Maybe.
To who?
Well, I will relieve the news in a couple of minutes, guys. Yeah. So first of all, let's just start talking about the Enzo Fernández link to Manchester City, and of course the what it means for Elliot Anderson, because as you mentioned, Stu, they are trying to renegotiate the contract of their midfielder. What's his name? Rodri, yes, and it won't come cheap. So the question is, can they re-sign him and sign both Enzo Fernández and Elliot Anderson at the same time? How many players can City actually sign before the 115 charges is coming into effect? And do they have a well of money that they can just uncritically just use on whoever they want? Are there no implications? No. Nothing?
Well, it has to be implications. We've got 115 charges over their heads, and let's face it, Chelsea have been done a lot quicker, and so we're Everton, so we're Leicester, and so we're Nottingham Forest, and Leicester and Forest lost points. Chelsea just got fined a paltry amount of money, and City are still there, cheating their way to another title because they haven't been reprimanded, and we know one of those out of 115, it only needs one or two to stick, Jarvis. And the big ones that will stick, and I don't know what the Premier League are messing around with. I know the lawyers are involved, and the lawyers are tying everything up, and it could well be that they've done an appeal and they've not told anybody there's an appeal going through. We don't know, but it's all gone quiet yet again. And City are about to stumble up another 100 million, maybe 200 million for midfielders, plus 15 million a year for Rodri. I don't know. My thought process is Rodri, by the way, goes to Real Madrid. That's where I think he will end up at. And funnily enough, Jarvis, the more I look into it, Tchouaméni will be the fall guy because he's not going to get another Rodri. So as much as Tchouaméni is quite injury prone, and I don't know about you guys, I saw a glimmer of hope out of Baleba again against Chelsea. I know it was like a training match. Let's be clear for Brighton, but he started to find a little bit of form that we all
had a good game last game. Yeah.
Played very well. But is that enough to push him back in the firing line with us?
Very well. That's clutching for straws. For me, he had a decent game. This is what I expect from him every game.
Yes,
he wasn't outstanding. He was good, and that's just saying a little bit, because I think the hype is real sometimes, and people are just clutching for straws. My honest opinion, because defensively he's doing a brilliant job, and that's his main job, but he doesn't contribute much when it comes to offensively. Almost no line breaking passes. Every time the passes go backwards. He wins the ball, pass the ball backwards to Van Hecke or one of the other centre backs, and they have the job to break the lines and be the creative passing outlets. So again,
I mean, you could argue that's what a good CDM does. When I played CDM, when I was in my teens and my early 20s, late 20s, I was more of a ball winner, disruptor, and I would lock the ball 5-6 yards, get on with it, and give it to somebody to progress it. So, but he was better. He's been better the last 3 or 4 games. Welbeck comes on and is Danny Welbeck anyway, isn't he? I mean, fucking hell. He should be going to the World Cup all day long, but anyway, that's another story. So my point is likely to be that I think Rodri probably end up at Real Madrid. I think if he gets injured again, Jarvis, his Real Madrid dream's gone. And I think he knows it. He's injured now, isn't he, Rodri? Isn't he picked up an injury against Burnley, or he picked up an injury against Arsenal, 1 or 2. So he's injured again. So I think he's going to have one chance now to go to Real Madrid. And I think this is it. And I think he takes it. So look, it's obvious to me that Anderson. Well, we said on the channel weeks ago that it's obvious that Anderson's going to go to City. He wants to go to City, and I think he'll go to City, and I think they'll pay the money. Now,
but we heard rumors today about the crazy guy who owns Nottingham Forest. What's his name?
I know.
Again, he's a tough negotiator. He's worse than Daniel Levy, when it comes to negotiating. And the latest rumor that came out today was he wants 125 million now, not 120. So it's just upping the price.
Yeah,
this is where he goes.
City will pay it though. The problem is City will pay it, and I think the issue is that they'll get City. I agree, by the way. City will get away with it as well. I think we all think City will get away with a paltry fine, and it'll be an absolute mockery in the Premier League. And I think Anderson, will he thrive under anyone other than Pep Guardiola at City? I don't know. So interesting, but my money was on Anderson going to City weeks ago.
Yeah,
so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by it.
Well, I think this is the most sensible thing. I think, it could be, but Pep Guardiola may be leaving after the season, and I think maybe he will if they win it.
I think he probably will.
And the latest news that came out from Fabrizio, that's this one. Manchester City will let Pep Guardiola decide if he wants to what he wants to do with his in his future. As reported since January, Maresca is the favorite candidate if he decides to leave, despite reports on Vincent Kompany also really appreciate Maresca. So again, I think City are ready to change it up. And if Bernardo is leaving, if all these Josh Stones came out yesterday, maybe the older guys are seeing now Pep is leaving. It's time to leave. It's time to leave and let the new generation build a new team. Maybe this is where City goes.
He's got to rebuild a side, hasn't he?
Yeah. But they are come a long way in the rebuild right now with all the players they have signed.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So for me, it's interesting what will go on. And in that rebuild for Manchester City, Rodri is leaving, Bernardo Silva is leaving. They are looking at Tonali,
John Stones,
big signing. They are looking at Enzo. They are looking at Elliot Anderson.
Yeah.
Top tier. And, we are dreaming about players like that. But for me, I think it will be too much. I think we will never go over 100 million for one player this summer.
No. And the other thing about it is if Elliot Anderson decides to go to City, he will have to have, I would imagine, if I was him, I would want to know what's going on, with what's hanging over their heads. So Paul asked about Rodri. It's been rumoured for a while, to be honest, Paul. It's nothing nothing out of the ordinary. It's been rumoured for a while that Real Madrid want Rodri, and Rodri wants to go to.
But they also linked to a player like Tonali. So again, Real Madrid.
So Real
I think
Madrid,
there will be like a domino effect when the first signing is happening.
whoever makes that first signing
Then they have played their cards. So again,
everyone else will go. If it's Madrid that sign Rodri, or it's City that sign Anderson, it'll all fall into place from there.
But Stu, if you were Man United, how would you play your card? Would you go all in for your choices right away, or would you just sit and wait a little bit, maybe try to hijack a deal or two, come in late, let them negotiate with another club, and just find out where they land, and then go in if the price is right?
I think on this summer, you've got to go all in immediately. As soon as that whistle goes, you're at it. I mean, we should be doing it now. We should be negotiating. I mean, look, I want to bring up Bournemouth.
Yes.
Everyone comes out and says, I'm leaving. 2 weeks later, they've got a new manager. So that's how you do business. Maybe Carrick is staying. Maybe he knows he's staying and he can't say anything. So, and maybe Carrick is then dictating behind the scenes who he wants, why he wants it, and how he wants to play. And he's having conversations with Wilcox and Barada. Maybe that's happening and we don't know about it. Maybe they don't want to disrupt us. We need one more win. We win on Monday night. We're guaranteed Champions League football. 100% with that. So it's a big night for us Monday. Maybe once that happens, Jarvis, then they start coming out and telling us what's happening moving forward. But whatever you do, as soon as you hit May, you start negotiating with these players, whoever you want, and you must do it, because City won't dick about with Anderson if they want him. They won't dick about. They'll go and they'll get him.
Yeah.
If Liverpool want Tonali, they'll go and they'll get him. These clubs that want these players will go and they will get it. And to be honest, we can't mess around. We don't have the luxury after the World Cup.
The obvious difference between Manchester City, Liverpool, and us is they have decent squads.
Yeah, we don't.
Are much further ahead than us. We are in turmoil. We are in shambles in a way when you look at it. We have 3 centre backs that's injury prone. We hardly have any midfielders. We only have 1 striker. We don't have an out and out left winger. There's so many positions. We have a left back that's out of contract next season. We don't have a backup for him. There's so many things that's wrong with our club.
Yeah, there is, and it's like I said to you a couple of weeks ago, Joe. So we've got to go and spend $500 million, in my opinion, this summer. We have to do it.
But how is that possible, Stu? How is that possible? We know we have had no Europe this season. The Ratcliffe has done like a cost-cut exercise, trying to do whatever he can just to create a little bit of profit. We couldn't even sign a player in January. For me, where do all this money come from?
You've got to put up a
do you think the owners have ejected a lot of money? Because it's not our revenue.
No, you've got to put up or shut up. You've got to put up or shut up in this one, unfortunately. This is the window. If you just say, for example, we bring in Areola, who I actually think, by the way, is Chelsea bound. I think he'll end up at Chelsea, personally. But say you bring in Areola, just for argument's sake, or we bring in Nagelsmann. They are going to want a certain type of player, because this is how I play. And I know I didn't do it with Amarin, by the way. We all know this, by the way. We get it. I get it. But they're going to want certain types of players. And they're going to have to go in and say, I want X, Y, Z. I don't want A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. I want X, Y, and Z to start with. Then I'm going to need further players on top, another 4 players on top. So you go, and you're absolutely right. You go with Elliot Anderson as an example, but then you try and get João Gomez out of Wolves. So you got number 1,
the
study, but Gomez is still going to play 20, 25 games a season. You could probably guarantee him that, okay?
Yeah,
and then you do the same with if we get Baleba, or you go Anderson, and maybe Baleba. because I think we'll get Baleba a lot cheaper than what we would have done last year.
Mm.
Or you go Wharton and Baleba. Whatever you do, you get 2 or 3 players and you bring in an understudy. Now, we know that we're going to have problems finding a player that's going to replicate what Casemiro has done goal scoring wise this season.
It's impossible.
I totally agree with you, by the way. Actually, I think you're absolutely right. I don't think we get it.
No.
I don't think we can find that type of player. So then you find a player that can shore you up. So Anderson won't shore us up at the back. But as you pointed out, Tchouaméni would, but you also pointed out a Baleba would. From a defensive point of view, he would add that extra steel.
Mm.
So ultimately, we've got that issue sorted now with the goalkeeper. And you get that Baleba type player. You then need a Van Hecke type of footballer, type of player, an Anderson type of player to sit alongside whoever's going to be our starting centre back, which I think I'm hoping heaven plays on Monday, by the way. So that's and then start looking, Jarvis, as you quite rightly say, start looking at other areas where we can get good, solid professionals at a little bit under the main asking price. So ideally, Jarvis, we'd want Lewis Hall out of Newcastle at left back. I think we both agree on that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's a decent shout. It's a decent shout, but again, I think Newcastle will be a hard bargain. I don't think they need to sell him.
No, so better bet for us is Bueno out of Wolves. I'm not comparing apples for apples here. You know, I realise that Bueno is nowhere near as good as Lewis Hall, but you're likely to get Bueno at a cheaper price, aren't you? Now that Wolves are down, so you start negotiating with Wolves for Gomez, Wolves for Bueno. I'm not talking.
We also have Diouf, the West Ham left back.
You've got Diouf as well. I think West Ham, decent. So all I'm saying is that you go for your Anderson type player. I totally agree with that. Whoever, I'm just saying that type of money, and then you get your backups in and around him. And so again, I don't know about Fernandez from West Ham. I think he's a fantastic player. But he's not going to hold, is he? He's not going to be that 6 that we need. So I think Wharton goes to Liverpool. Just my gut feeling on that one, Jarvis.
Yeah.
I think he goes there. We both like Sander Berge. We're not going to get him from Fulham. We both like Lukic. Probably wouldn't get Lukic anyway.
We have Matthias Fernandez as an option. We have been linked heavily to him the last couple of days.
So so in answer to your question, I would go balls out for whoever is our first choice, whoever that's been, whoever it is, Jarvis. Just say it's Anderson, yeah? Forget City, everyone else. Go balls out for him. Pay the money. Pay that money. And then say, right, we've done that. Let's get in our second and our third option. We've got to go for broke this year. And then start looking around. Move Casemiro on. Move... as you're quite right, I know you're going to talk about Rashford. Sancho, we're saving his wages. You know, we are saving a lot of money this year, and we're going to get rid of players. We are going to probably save about 100 million. We can probably move around.
Yeah, but those money will only come in effect from next season. You haven't saved them up yet. And this is where I'm at when we are talking about us spending 400, 500 million. It doesn't sound very realistic when it comes to my brain anyway.
No, but it isn't, and we won't do it. But you know, other clubs are doing it. You know, the way that City have gone on, the way that Liverpool went. I know Liverpool saved up the money, so I'm not going to have a pop at Liverpool for overspending. But the way that Forest did it, the way that Chelsea have done it and got away with a poxy 10 million fine. Why wouldn't you bank on breaking and spending half a bill for a fine of 20 mil?
Yeah,
because you've got precedent there to argue it in court. So I'm with you. I think we're talking a little bit of fantasy here, and it is a little bit of fantasy because we know it won't happen. But more importantly, Jarvis, we're not a club. Good to see you, Rob. We're not
Big
a
up,
club.
Rob, member for 9 months. And guys, if you want to become a member, just push that join
please.
membership, and then you will have access to the special emojis. Thank you, Rob. Big up, Jarvis. Big up to and the chat.
Yeah,
please go on. Sorry for interrupting you, Stu.
All I'm saying is we know it's pie in the sky what we're talking about. We know it's hogwash. We won't do that because we don't act like a club. Okay, we don't act like a football club. We don't act like we've got any seriousness around us. We know we're better off removing Wilcox out of position and bringing in, I don't know, Van der Sar or even a Gary Neville, for fuck's sake. You know, somebody who knows what they're doing. We know we're better off doing that, but it won't happen. So we're talking a little bit of fantasy here, but a real club acts on their fantasies, you know, and they will go out and they will try and make it happen. So you're already talking about today, City talking about both Enzo and Anderson.
Yeah.
So for them, it's a realistic pursuit. And we've got to make sure that we step in and we do it. So we can't afford to do anything after the World Cup, because if Anderson goes on as a brilliant World Cup, it's 150 mil. And we can't afford that. We're not in that ballpark.
Yeah, but something's got to give. You know, who's going to pay 150? I can't see any club coming in and at that price. I think we are at the limit now. We are pushing the limits clearly in my estimations. And I just want to say, when it comes to the budget, I think people's expectations are bigger and higher than the realities actually tells us. The reports that came out earlier today, this one, I think this is something people gotta take into consideration. Saying an experienced striker and a left back are on Man United's agenda, and also if you add 2 midfielders, we are talking about 4 players. This is our summer transfer plans. 4 players. We might as well just sack Carrick right now, or should we wait till October and do the merry-go-round once again? Because we know it won't work.
But we shouldn't be appointing Carrick, unfortunately. I agree with you, Jarvis. I think we are. I do. But we shouldn't be appointing him. You know my thoughts on the managerial position. I go back to Bournemouth. Bournemouth didn't fuck about. Iriola probably told them 6 weeks ago he was leaving. So they start negotiating with their new manager. And then Iriola, once they've agreed a deal in principle, Iriola says, I'm coming out and leaving. And then it gets leaked that Bournemouth are talking to X player. All of a sudden, 2 weeks later, he signed, ready to come in the summer. That's what a serious football club does. Why haven't we done that? Now, again, are we waiting for Monday night when we guarantee Champions League football? Because I do think we'll beat Brentford. So are we waiting for Monday night? And then Tuesday morning, Carrick is given the job. Carrick is then given the job, and we all start wondering where we're going to be in 2 years' time. Because that's where it is, mate. You know that as well as I do.
Well, people, guys, I know what you're trying to say, Stu, and in a way, I understand it. I think that's the reality. I think Carrick will get the job as soon as we are qualified to the Champions League, and you know, okay, in a way, I'm done with not having a future manager in place. I think we just need to settle this and start concentrating on the summer transfer window. But if it's true that we are only signing 4 players, Carrick, I think Carrick is a weak man accepting the job. Yes. I think he's in a place where he should say, "No, I'm not taking the job. You're not giving me 4 fucking players. I'm out of here. This is not what I'm not going to get sacked in October. We are playing 2 games, 3 games every 4th to 5th day, you know, through all of next season, maybe 25 more games total. And the squad we have now is thin. We have no bench. We have nothing. You see, as soon as Kobe Mainoo is out, you saw it against Leeds, our midfield was done. Ugarte, he can't do the job. We also struggle when it comes to the centre-backs, full-backs. We struggle on the left wing. Cunha is no left winger. We have actually no wing play on our left-hand side. And Luke Shaw, you know, he's singing on his last verse. You know, he has nothing to achieve with when it comes to going forward. He can defend, you know, that's okay, but it leaves our left-hand side exposed. Yeah. We have players like Ahmad that we're not utilizing at his strong points because we can't play the way we want to. There's so many holes in the play we have right now. And, as soon as you start rotating this squad, okay, we have a strong starting 11. Then you start rotating. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when we play in Europe, when we go away to Paris, when we go to Real Madrid, when we go to Barcelona, when we go to whenever, and then we have City coming up next weekend, and then we have a new Europa Champions League game, and then we have Arsenal. We have to play our strongest team. And this is where I think it's not going to work. So Carrick needs to be strong into all of this.
He won't be though.
Where's the ambitions?
But he won't be. He'll take it as, yep, great. I've been offered a job, absolutely brilliant, and I'll take it, and I'll go with the flow. And we can't have that. We can't have this nonsense. I mean, I always think, and I think this stems back to David Moyes. We know that Moyes wanted certain players. Cesc Fabregas as an example. We know he wanted certain players. If Moyes maybe was given 2 or 3 years, 4 years, where would we be now? Would we be on this continuation that we're at? We'll never know, by the way. Many people didn't like what Moyes did, etc., etc. But he didn't get the players he wanted, Jarvis. He ended up with Fellaini on the last day of the transfer window because we couldn't get Cesc Fabregas, so we couldn't do this, or we couldn't do that. So it really stems from there for me, that we've been on this continual cycle where we're just falling down a cliff, and we're not. We're seeing a little bit of green shoots here at the moment, in as much as we Champions League football. We're seeing some with under Ten Hag. Whatever people thought about Ten Hag, he won 2 trophies.
He did.
He won 2 trophies. We want trophies, and he takes 2 trophies. Managers have won trophies since Sir Alex retired, but we've been on this perpetual cycle, continuing, and at the moment, I only see it continuing in perpetuity. I don't see anything happening in between now, and it's not changing the manager every 2 years. So if Carrick comes in, and I agree with you, Jarvis, I think Carrick is in. I think he's already been told, you qualify Monday night, pal, you're signing a contract. I do. It's not what I want. You know what I want. Everybody knows what I want. We're not going to get what I want. So I just think we're just going to continue and continue and continue down this track until way past I'm fucking in the ground.
Yeah, but Stu, it's I know it's a lot of doom and gloom, but I think it's my responsibility. I'm not just going to sit here and parrot the latest news from Romano from Fabrizio Romano and Laurie Whitwell and all of this. This is why I have a brain on my own. You have a brain on your own. You can all think. I want you all to question what I'm saying, but this is the reality. We know why. We know why Amorim got the sack, because he had the balls to call out the leadership of this club. They didn't back him in January when he needed players. Okay, maybe Amorim wasn't perfect, but at least he called them out, and they didn't like it. And now we are on this Carrick train, Carrick at the wheel. Oh, Carrick, the song and everything, and we know he would be an easy coach for them to control. He wouldn't have any demands coming in. He will accept everything that Berada and Wilcox gives him, and it's all about a cost cutting exercise that we are trying to do with this club, because we want to make a profit, and when we make a profit, it's easier for us to apply for a big loan, get the finances in order to start building that new stadium. That's my expectations from this leadership, because I don't think they have the same ambitions as us, as we, as fans. We want United to compete next season, and we know we need this to sign 6-7 players. I've been sitting here for years saying this every summer. We need to sign 8 to 10 players, and we end up with 3 to 5.
Yeah, it won't happen.
And we're not doing the right things. And for me, it pisses me off in a way, because we have people in charge whose incompetence is blatantly obvious. Yeah. Wilcox is not the man. It's so, because when I look at Carrick, for example, look at it, our fitness, the fitness level of our squad since Carrick took over in January. It's gone down. You know, Amorim, he left the foundation. Players were actually, the fitness level of our team was so high when Amorim left. And you know, he came in from day one saying, "I will do it my way. We start now." And I saw an interview with Semenyo on talking about Iraola, and Semenyo said, Iraola came in, and it was hell. We didn't like him. I didn't like him. No one liked him. He forced us to come at training every Sunday, and Sunday was our day off. And every Wednesday was our day off. We had to train every day under Iraola. I don't like it. I didn't like it. We started losing in the first 2-3 months, and then suddenly everything changed because the players adapted to the new regime, because Iraola didn't take any piss from any of them. He just had demands. But we have now a manager who comes in with a feel-good factor. All the players is just on vibes. And you see the fitness level. He gives them day off. They go on holidays, mid-season. Players come back. They don't look fit, but they are happy. Oh my God, they are happy, and they are tan. But you know what I see from a footballing perspective, how this will end up. The feel-good factor will fizzle out, and we will start struggling because there's no demands on the players. They are just happy. And for me, I don't want that. I want at least give Carrick a chance. If we are going to give the job to Carrick, bring in a physical coach that's best in class, bring in a tactical coach that's best in class, bring in a set-piece coach that's best in class, get rid of Woodgate, get rid of Evans, get rid of Holland, get rid of them. Get the best in class, get what we can do to get this team functioning. Because right now, I see the fitness level. It's dropping.
Yeah.
So this is just my thoughts.
Yeah, this comes down to the big crux of why I want in Ancelotti. Ancelotti will be a figurehead, but he will bring in a series of coaches that will satisfy what you, me, and everybody else want underneath. Okay? It isn't just Ancelotti, it's what you bring with him. It's why you keep Carrick alongside him as a number 2. Alongside his son, you keep them so we can learn and he can understand what it's like to manage a club at the very, very, very highest level with a set of standards, Jarvis, that are unbreakable. Yeah, like completely unbreakable. A lot of the fans at the moment don't like what a lot of the ex-players are saying. The ex-players are talking about what they went through. They were talking about Garnacho would never get away with what he got away with under Schmeichel, under King, under Bruce, under Pallister, under Robson. They speak all the time about the way that Ronaldo was self-taught. They kicked the shit out of him in training, got up, never got on it, but went on to self-teach. Now, I talk about player power all the time. Or, you know I do. I sit on here and I talk about player power, and I hate modernism in football. And I'm about to go on that modernism rant again. I don't want to, but I am, because
feel free.
What you're talking about is modernism. Everything in the game set up for a footballer. You know, the stuff that goes out on social media all the time, where there's influencers going out. Come with me today, where I go and shop for a footballer. I've got £100,000 budget, and I'm going to go shop for it. Fucking, why can't you go and shop yourself? Why have you got to get somebody to shop for you? I don't mind getting in a private chef. I don't mind that. Eat healthily, get a nutritionist, do all of that, but work with the club, but do it all. But they just don't live in the real world, these people. And as much as Liam Rossini was a bit of an idiot and a bit of a fool, the first time he criticises the players, unacceptable, they start crying and he's sacked. It can't continue that way anymore. It cannot be that the players decide. And I hear on TalkSport, I hear on Sky Sports, you know, Rossini has got to go, it's down to him, it's and all this and all that. It isn't. The fact that you can't make a 5-yard pass is down to you. The fact that you don't carry out your assignment on the pitch is down to you. and ex-players were having a pop at him. What do you mean? He didn't carry out an assignment. You were fucking told to mark the near post from a corner. You weren't there, and they scored. I was making that up, by the way, but that's what an assignment is. So when you talk about fitness levels, Jarvis, you're correct. Yeah. When you talk about, which me and you pointed out about Luke Shaw, tanned, because he fucked off, and we got into a little bit of trouble, by the way, me and Jarvis the other night, when we were berating the fact that Leeds beat us, and half our players were knackered. They were, they were tanned, and they'd been away on holiday, and we were challenged with our opinion on Kobe Mainoo. Now, our opinion on Kobe Mainoo completely changed against Chelsea because you
don't have to agree with Stu and my opinion. I love you two guys to call me out. If I'm wrong. That's it's.
But he had a game and a half, didn't he? Against Chelsea. Yeah. So whether that was because his birthday was coming up, whether that was because he's signing a new contract, who knows? But he had this thing. So all I'm trying to say is, and my old mate is 100% right here. We know that the likes of Ancelotti won't come and he's not available. We know that Thomas Tuchel won't come because he's not available. We know there are certain managers out there that won't come to Manchester United because they're not available. But why go for somebody like Nagelsmann, who will be a fucking yes sir guy? Why go for somebody like Carrick, who'll be a yes sir guy? Why go for somebody like Iraola that might turn into a yes sir guy? We don't know that, Jarvis. We haven't got a clue. And Wizard makes a great point. I was just one more point.
Yeah.
Wizard makes a great point. The PSG tied all this fucking Galactico stuff. They dumbed their profile player down, and look at them now. Completely look at the way that PSG operate as a club. None of this. Okay,
it's not about the big name signings anymore.
Nobody heard of Kvaratskhelia, did they? 2 years ago, Kvaratskhelia. Who was he? Never heard of him. Look at him now. Everybody said of it. Vitinha. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, average. Look at him now. These players, Doué. Who's he? Yeah. Who he is. You know exactly who Doué is. Dembele, when he was at Dortmund, went to Barcelona, flattered to deceive, found a home.
I think it was a flop, and then he came to PSG, right? Yeah.
I know he's home. So we've got to make sure that whatever we do for the right reasons of the club. It won't happen. And our players will start moaning and whinging and crying again if they get dropped, or we're not doing this or we're not doing that. And that's I'm fed up with it. So it kind of goes back full circle to what I was saying, Jarvis, about Moyes. I wonder what would have happened if Moyes actually was given a 2-year, 3-year tenure. Would we be on this continuation that we're on now? We don't know the answer to that, pal. We'll never know.
No.
We'll never know the answer. But I want you to recognise what David Moyes is and where he is now, and what he's doing for Everton, what he did for West Ham. I know he had to go because the fans didn't like his style of play and the players didn't like his style of play, but he won him a European Cup. We're in the Europa Conference League, remember?
Yeah. He did. West Ham.
Good managers, they are out there, but we can't go for hipster managers. We can't go for the name anymore. It's got to stop. You've got to go for the one that he's gonna come in and drag these fuckers through thick and thin. And what you said about Iraola, I totally agree with. I think it absolutely.
Yeah, I think the story that came from Noradin, by the way, he sent it to me. The interview with Semenyo talking about Iraola and how he made them train Sunday and Wednesday when that was their day off. The players were in outrage. Here comes in this unknown Spanish guy, from a mid-table team in Primera División in Spain, and suddenly he have demands.
Yeah,
the players and the players didn't even believe in him, but suddenly the resolve came.
Because
it takes a little while for your body to adapt and all of this. Maybe Ruben Amorim wasn't the best coach. He had his mistakes. He didn't play Mainoo. He played that 3-4-3 formation and whatever. But the fitness level was so much better at that team.
It's also worth noting, Jarvis, that Carrick hasn't moved us from 10th on the table to 5th, 4th, 3rd. He's moved us from 6th, 7th. Amorim had got us to a. I'm not saying we would have made Champions League football with Amorim, by the way. I'm not telling you this. What I'm saying is, You need to look at both sides of the season. And he had us there or thereabouts, didn't he, Amorim? He missed his chance on 4 occasions to hit top 4.
Yeah.
But
He always lost. He always lost when it
we always
mattered.
lost.
Yeah.
But we were fitter. And we're not fit now.
But we never lost back-to-back, by the way. We never lost back-to-back.
No, exactly. And he went on a good run. And Carrick, he's likely to get the job based on what he's done since he's been in. So, football is a funny old game, mate. It's a funny old game.
It is, but I have my concerns. I'm just airing my frustration and concerns when it comes to the next level. If Carrick gets the job, I have my worries. I gotta be honest, guys. I've seen this before, and I just feel that we make a mistake. We are hiring him on mistake. But I saw the comments from the Primate. Big up, Primate. Good to have you. Good to have you in the chat saying, what say Carrick won't lead us to the promised land?
Nothing.
Well, but for me, I know things comes back to experience, comes back to competence. Some of us, but very, very few of us are born with a natural talent. Most of us have to work hard and long before we achieve something. And that's how life is.
Yeah.
And personally, he's had a good run of games now, 10, 11 games. We have been doing okay on the Carrick. But are we doing it because of Carrick? Are we doing it despite of Carrick? Are we doing it despite of Amorim? Is this just a reaction from the group, getting it together just to qualify for Europe next season? There's many questions. And there's also a lot of coincidence when it comes to football. Late winners, red cards. We had our share of luck also when it comes to these games. Late winners by Sesko and Bruno. And again, it could have ended differently. And I think we just flipped the coin and in the roulette, we ended on red because we took all our money, put it on red and won on the 50-50. It could have gone differently. It could have gone the same thing as happened under Ragnick. It could have gone south, everything. And us ending up 10th in the league. So for me, I feel it's a little bit of a coincidence that we are in the place we are right now. And I think we have rid our luck as far as it goes. I think we need competence, and I think we need experience, and I think we need guys who knows what they're doing at this level. Just keep Carrick for all sake, but put him at assistant manager. Bring in someone who he can learn the game from.
Can I just tell you though, it's worth pointing out that Villa went on a 6-game losing streak or draws. I think they lost or drew, didn't they, when McGinn was out injured. McGinn suddenly comes back and Villa are on level points with us. We were clear of Villa. We were mightily, mightily clear of Liverpool. And all of a sudden, clawed it back. Just a couple of games, a couple of losses. Teams know what's happening. We've got Liverpool coming up. We got on the same points as Villa. We're in 3rd place at the minute. We could end up finishing 5th.
Yeah.
And that's the key. So Jarvis is right. Paul is also right. Paul Toby mentions that we were 3 or 4 points off the 14th under Amorim. Absolutely. I know we're in 7th, but we were. You're absolutely right, Paul, 100%. But we're actually teetering on the same way, but on top 3 at the minute, where we could end up 5th. We're not going to finish lower than 5th, I don't think. But if we don't keep our momentum going, if we call the Chelsea game momentum, by the way, which it wasn't, because we were well beaten during the game. We just didn't lose. But over the course of 90 minutes, Chelsea were far the better side. But that's the sign of a good team occasionally, where you soak it up, and get the goal, which is what we did. But we're going to have a tough old game Monday night against Brentford. Then we got the Scousers. So we've got 2 really tough games. Depending on what Villa do in between, Jarvis. Villa win their 2 games, we draw and we lose, or we draw and we win. Then we're down to 4th.
But Stu, I don't know this. Maybe some of you guys in the chat knows. Do we have to go around into an extra round of qualification in the Champions League if we come in 5th?
Yes, 5th and 4th.
5th and 4th. So coming in 3rd actually means something.
Yeah, you're in qualification 5th, and I think you have one more qualification round if you're 5th, than fourth. But 100% you have to qualify when you're fifth and fourth.
Okay. So with our thin squad, we don't want 2 extra games.
Oh, and don't forget, also we'll be starting in July.
Interesting. By the way, thank you, Mick, for a super chat. Let's play a jingle.
Well done. Oh, look at those. Oh, fucking hell. Where the fuck did you get them from? They're brilliant, they are. Where'd you get them from?
Well, I got him from
Goodyear.
Goodyear.
Do
So
you know
it's
what?
just a merch thing someone gave me. But I thought it would be cool just to bring them out when we have super chats.
I'm going to get all the Goodyear tomorrow, Goodyear UK, and find out where the fuck why haven't I got some of those?
Yeah.
I want them. I want them.
Thank you.
Cheers, Mick. They are absolutely ace. Fantastic. I love them. Mick says, good morning from Bali. A small gift from me is in your WhatsApp. Oh, in your WhatsApp. Keep up the good vibes. What you got there, Jarvis? What do you have?
I have to check. Thank you.
I think so, Paul. I'm not really sure, but I know fifth and fourth 100% are qualifications, so I don't really know.
Mick has been on the AI again, so
yeah. So story. We were actually talking about this, Jarvis. We were speculating, talking about it. We might get Champions League might come with 6 if Villa win the Europa League. And story was mentioning that as well. So yeah, I don't know if that's been confirmed, story, but yeah, absolutely there was. I had actually heard that.
Is that actually true? Because I think they would have to have changed the rules, because if the Europa League winner qualified naturally, the extra spot would be forfeited. That was the old rules.
That was the old rule, not now.
Okay. So they changed.
Don't forget, we won on our coefficient as well, don't we? So it'd be interesting. I don't know. I would imagine that'll be confirmed if Villa win the Europa League.
Guys, if you are interested, I will show you the Mick Ruby gift.
We're always interested. Yes. Oh, I saw that. Yes, that's brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Jarviso Romano, here we go, mate.
Yeah.
Stu Ornstein.
Great. That's great. That's really good.
Ball.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
B-Vibes potential, I promise. Deadline day, panic mode activated.
Great. Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Never
Love
heard
that.
of it. Straight out of transfer.
We are like the 2 old guys in the Muppet Show, the
like
2 guys sitting up in the balcony.
Yes. That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
People are actually talking about, I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I look like so many people.
Schwarzenegger. Well, there you go.
Well,
I need a haircut. Terrible. I need a haircut.
Guys, I want to go into the coaching thing, because you probably know all the updates, but we can go through them quickly at the end of the show. I want to talk a little bit more about this topic and the recruitment team, because we know we have Evans, Holland, and Woodgate as Carrick's coaching team. Not much experience when it comes to those 3 guys. And okay, first of all, Stu, I will ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are they astute enough to bring us forward? Let's say if we get in big name players, let's say we sign one of Tonali, Elliot Anderson, or Wharton, let's say.
Look, I like Steve Holland as a coach. He was brilliant for Chelsea. He really was. Absolutely excellent for Chelsea. And he's been good wherever he's been as a coach. He's a very, 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 very good coach. But you have to bear in mind, we don't know what Carrick is telling Holland he wants doing. We don't know this, because ultimately Fergie had brilliant coaches under him, but he'd set the sessions and he would say, right, this is what I want you to work on, go out and do it. So if it's counter-attacking football, it's box to box, that's all Fergie would say. And then Meulenstein or Kirosh or whoever would go out and put that into place. So we could well be the same with Carrick, and that's he's telling Holland what he wants to do. Ideally, the best, very, very, very best coaches assimilate themselves with the very, very best managers. They attach themselves to the best managers. Now, we know, and Frank Lampard's only since recovered since Jody Morris left him. Jody Morris was the linchpin in Frank Lampard for Derby and parts of his team for Chelsea. We know that. We know that. He's come out and said it himself. Brian Kidd was instrumental under Fergie at the early years, but Fergie was very, very clever. He kept changing his staff to the best. But at that particular time, Jarvis, it was easy for Fergie to get them because of who he was and what he'd won. And they'll all tell you this. And this is the reason why a lot of managers take the coaching staff around them. Maybe that was one of David Moyes' failings, that he didn't, keep Manchester United coaches that worked so well with the club, and he brought in his own coach, Steve Round and that type of thing, Phil Neville. So I think you're right. I think there's Woodgate. I think he's learning on the job. It's too big for him at Manchester United. Johnny Evans, he's just not quite ready. Go and learn and do what other coaches of other ex-players have done. Phil Jones, for example, coached at under 18 level, didn't he, with United for a bit? I think he's over at Blackburn now or somewhere like that. But he's coached, and we need to do things like that. Darren Fletcher didn't want to be a part of the main coaching staff. Go back to the 18s. I'm going to learn my role and try it that way. So there are certain people out there that, I've said it before, Jarvis, will take the path of least resistance. And that is fucking hell. First team coach at Man United. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I think if Carrick is in, he will find it very, very hard, unfortunately, to get, like you say, the best in class, mate.
Yeah, and I've been doing some scouting on this. I'm just going to put out this, guys. Can you all do us a favor and go to X and help us and share the show? Please. It's also live on this link on X at the same time. So if you can just go there, press share, press like. So maybe they will give us a little push. We only have 20 viewers on X at the moment, so we should be up on 80 to 100 right now. So, and if you are watching on X, please come over to YouTube. That will be brilliant. By the way, we have
Tactical Devils United as well.
Quickly. Yes. We have another channel, a backup channel. We're not doing anything. We just co-streaming to that channel every time, just in case something happens if the channel is taken down. So if you want to be 100% sure to get the latest updates and know anything on Tactical Devils, you can just go there. I have done a little tweak, so you see here on the thumbnail, it's a blue background on the Tactical Devils badge. So it's called Tactical Devils United. But we won't do any shows on that channel, at least not yet. But maybe in time we will do something else on that channel. We have a couple of questions, and we have a super chat coming in. I see Mick Ruby in the waiting room. I'm just going to do the super chat from Bilal, Mick, and I will bring you in. So give me 1 second. This super chat comes in from Bilal. Let's play a little jingle for him first. He deserves it.
I can't compete with those. I can't compete with those. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might put mine on like that because I just can't compete. I would get you to Ted Baker's out, Bilal, but there's really no point. I'm gonna have to sort something out. I'm not happy with those. Good year we're gonna get it in the neck tomorrow. In fact, I've got to go past Birmingham. I'm going to call in.
I know a guy who can actually get you one of those. Well, so
yes, please. Yes, please. You got my address. Yes, please. Did you see me? I'm normally humble, aren't I? I normally go, no. Yes, please. Yes, go on. I read the last one out. Yeah.
Yeah. Bilal comes in and say, my idea for a quiz is this. You put up a picture of a player from the past. Chat or panelists have to guess who they are. So like, let's say Joe Jordan, for example. Just put up a picture of him and people will have to guess.
Yes, Big Joe. We love Big Joe.
Good idea. Thank you so much for the £5 super chat. I am Titanium Bilal. And also, we are on 32 likes. So please do us a favor, smash that like if you haven't. I think we have 62 people watching now, so at least some lurkers who haven't done us the favor and smashed the like yet. So it's time to bring in the main guest of the evening. It's Mr. McRibby.
Hi guys, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are we?
We are very, very good. Good evening. Good evening. I have 2 Chelsea jokes for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Chelsea really said long-term project. I meant long-term unemployment.
Yes.
Good.
At this point, Chelsea manager is not a job. It's 4-month internship with 25 million exit clause.
I know.
What's going on? What's cooking?
We want 25 million quid, don't we?
Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the graphic that I put.
It was brilliant. Yeah, no, it was fun. No, we loved it. Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. That absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Yeah, I'm up early.
Yeah, you're up early. Okay, so you're not staying up late.
No, I'm actually up early. Like, I'm gonna go for my morning surf in about 1 hour. So 6 o'clock.
Nice.
Yeah, so
maybe we do like this, so we can show the comments. Just gonna say, coming in and say, City just dropped a 65 million on Semenyo and now wants an 85 million deal Monday on the wing. Meanwhile, Man United, I'm not sure if they should sign a left back because Doge played 3 games and did well. What a joke!
Can we stay on this? Can we stay on the City topic and talk a little bit?
Yeah.
Where's the money coming from? I mean. All of a sudden they have revenues bigger than Real Madrid, and this is shady shit to me, right? They're dropping 200 million, 300 million. We spoke about the 115 might come. So if you look at the Premier League table, they are leading the league at the moment, equal points. It's going to be a tight race, whoever blinks first. But what if they win the league and Premier League comes in and does 60 points deduction? They can rack up as many players as they want. For me, this is a little bit of a money laundry, right? But there's no guarantee. I mean, the players and the managers are not, or agents, not stupid. They know what's going on, right? So, point is, Champions League matters. Is how you sell in the project. So, even if you have, Anderson, we are linked to so many players. But I believe if we make a Champions League, we are in for a nuclear, massive summer window. That's what I believe,
Yeah.
Because I think they already made up their mind that the manager will be Carrick. I don't see anyone else coming in,
Yeah, Jarvis.
He's already involved in the planning, what I'm hearing, and he's just not a interim at this moment. So then I see a lot of people opposed. There's a big YouTube channel, neighboring channel. There is anti-Carrick. I'm not going to mention names, but I'm just going to at the end of the day, he came in with limited resources, but he probably will be backed with coaching staff as well in the summer. He knows United. Appoint a new manager will be another rebuild, in my opinion, right? So if you look at the statement that we want to win Premier League by 2028, so this is, if you're going to appoint a new manager from like Nagelsmann, which was recommended by Christopher
Vivell.
Vivell. Yeah,
Vivell,
he's in the mix. He's in the mix. But every other manager is not available or gone somewhere else. But nobody's talking about Xabi Alonso. That's totally quiet. He's not been linked to anyone. The Real Madrid.
Well, it looks like Slot. Sorry to make it. It looks like Slot's going to get a stay of execution, doesn't it? With Liverpool.
Well, if Liverpool makes Champions League, I think they're going to keep Slot,
which I think he'll get. I think he'll get in the Champions League. So I think so. So that means the progression for Alonso, the progression path was Liverpool, wasn't it? So is that likely to be Chelsea? Because we're Manchester United thinking to themselves, there's only really us that's of a top level club that's looking for a top level manager at this point. And I'm wondering whether we took Amorim so quickly was because of Real Madrid at that particular time. There was other clubs, wasn't there, looking for a manager. There only really seems to be us. Now Chelsea in the ballpark, does that muddy the waters, do we think?
Yeah.
And is that why Carrick might be the preferred choice now?
I think he is. I think the decision is already made behind the scenes. But if we stick to the 150 cheating bastards, if I may say so. You spoke about earlier in the show that Pep will leave. I think Pep will leave and they're lining up Maresca. And the reason why they're lining up Maresca, because just if they get relegated, no big manager will come in. But Maresca is from a lesser kind of pedigree. And I think they're racking up all these players just in case, because they will get a transfer ban as well. But the question is, who wants to play in the Championship for 1 year, right? So it's a very interesting case because Nottingham Forest got done. Even they collaborated. Everton collaborated. And what you said, all you need is a couple of points of those 150 to stick. So, and if for some miraculous reason gets swept under the carpet, then we know for fact the Premier League is corrupt and the VAR system, PGML as well, corrupt. And that will be the end of the Premier League, in my opinion. So I just hope for justice to be served. Regarding us, I think we're in for a fantastic summer. I mean, Marcus Rashford, they might have a little bit issue with Barcelona. I think Barcelona just used him, for one season. They're never going to buy him. But you've seen they're fizzing him out at the end of the season right now. So that'd be a headache. We're also talking about what we're going to do with Andrew Onana, who's coming back as well.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Nana. So he's delusional, think he's going to get his number one spot. Forget about it. Right? So, yeah. But I think that we are in for, the midfield targets, nobody really knows. Everyone is talking about it, but they're definitely on the list. And behind the scenes, what I've been hearing, I've been speaking to Dave Lavelle, he said Man United will have a big summer, and so it's all about compatibility, matching the data.
Yeah.
Like if you see why we're linked with Shomeini, because he fits well with, playing with Kobe Mainoo, etc. And Elliot Anderson combination with Shomeini looks good on paper, at least. I wish we could have some simulation, like a simulation game. What happens if you put in this and that and that?
Yeah.
Tonali, no go. I think Tonali will pretty much go to Real Madrid. That's what I believe as well.
Yeah.
And but the rest will be a battle, because it will be a battle between City and Man United regarding midfielders, because Arsenal is not looking for midfielders. Arsenal are looking more for wingers. Because if you look at the wing play, sucks. Saka's been found out. They don't have a really proper good left wing. You have Trossard there. You have Martinelli, average, bang average. So it's interesting. There was also a report that came out, which I didn't believe, that we are in for an experienced striker. This is not what we're going to strengthen. Mickey van der Ven is on the cards for sure. If Spurs get relegated, we might go in and get some bargain deals. I wouldn't mind to get Bergwall, to be honest.
Yeah, decent player. I think Mick, if we're going to
if they go down.
He's only a tiddler, isn't he? What is he?
They
23?
are going down. They will go down.
Yeah, he's 23, isn't he, Bergwall? I'd try and get Schmidt out of, is he Feyenoord? The young Dutch player, 20-year-old. Fantastic footballer.
If Spurs go down, guys, like, is there any player from Spurs side that you will go for?
Well, we need a left back, so Pedro Porro would be.
Porro, yeah,
He would
take
keep
Porro.
the width and be okay defensively. So I think he could fit our. And also, Mickey van der Ven, we've linked to him. He's extreme when it comes to pace. So if we bring in a manager who likes to play with a high line, his recovery pace is amazing. But he's also injury prone. So again, I'm skeptical when it comes to Van der Ven. That's
But
just
so
my
is-
personal.
So is Chewy as well. Chouameni, he's injury prone as well.
Yeah,
so-
big time.
But I think in the midfield we need powerhouses as well. We need tall people as well. We're missing that. Because now Casemiro is leaving. Casemiro scored so many goals from being a header, in set pieces. So we need somebody that will replace him. But I think we need more dynamos. We need one, somebody with, ball intelligence that can actually ping passes and, run the channels and do like a Bruno Fernandes replacement.
Mateus Fernandes.
Yeah. But then we need the proper destroyer as well, but not like yeah. But not like the mistake of Ugarte, because Ugarte can't even.
Ugarte's got to
forward.
go. We've got to get rid of Mick. He's got to go to Galatasaray.
Yeah, he has to go. So that was a mistake. So all of a sudden, the midfield will be 3 midfielders. If Ugarte goes. So with 100,000 extra, 100 million extra, I think it's going to be a mad summer. That's what I've been hearing, and they already started planning and talking, so behind the scenes. So, but I believe we make Champions League, no problems. I don't want to jinx it, but
we make it Monday, don't we? Because I think we'll beat Brentford Monday.
Chelsea's far off. They just throw away the season by second.
Yeah, they're done. I mean, it really would depend, Mick, where we finish up in the league. I think. Well, they're going to finish 3rd, 4th, or 5th. When I'm going to finish in the 5th. So,
I was speaking to somebody today as well. They say this unbelievable. He was a Chelsea fan. He couldn't believe it. He just couldn't believe it. Maybe Mourinho will come back.
Yes, this is the bookie's favorite at the moment. Former Manchester United manager Jose Mourinho is currently clear favorite to become Real Madrid's next manager. Not Chelsea.
Real Madrid. Not Chelsea.
Okay. Well, he could be an option for Chelsea too.
What's funny about that? The amount of clubs that Mourinho's managed, and it's former Manchester United manager.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
But
not former Real Madrid manager.
Or Chelsea. He's been at Chelsea twice.
The Chelsea official that I spoke today, it was saying they are really in financial trouble, and you will see some offloading, right? So this was a project.
Yeah,
this was a project that I would call almost money laundry project, but incompetent, buying, hoovering up young players for the future, but also using it as a sell-on tool, as an asset. But all of a sudden, you're 1 billion almost in debt, catching up with the Glazers. You know what I mean? And it took us almost 18 years to get to 1 billion in debt, but they've done it in 4 years. So, and them not making Champions League, it's gonna the house of cards gonna crumble. Clearwater, everything. Yeah.
Mick, while I have you here, the main topic of the show on Enzo Fernández.
I'll take him to United.
Going to not United, going to Manchester City. Do you think?
No, I take him to United.
Well, I don't know. I don't know his attitude. What Bersenio came out with and all of this.
I like his shithousery attitude.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I can get that.
Yeah, I do. I do like it.
Yeah, as the number 8, maybe, but I think. Could he be the understudy to Kobe Mainu? No. So if you bring in Enzo, it means Mainu is on the bench.
Yeah, trouble with Enzo, Jarvis, is you're looking at 100 mil, 80 mil.
Well,
yeah.
City are looking at all the midfielders as possible, so there's going to be a domino effect. Definitely. Yeah. Who blinks first? Who goes first? I think the ice of the price is Elliot Anderson's the number 1 target for sure. But Levi's kind of falling off, what I've been hearing as well. Not really, maybe his head's been turned this season. Maybe he's deliberately sabotaging his season to go to United because he's been priced out. We don't know. But what if he becomes a monster next season? You never know, because there's a player in him. I know he hadn't had a good season for sure. But then you're playing in a Brighton team with a young manager as well. There's never development. There's selling players, buying new players. Their ambition is not to compete at all. Like, to just be mid-table happy. You know what I mean?
He's one player I don't need convincing on. Fully enough,
I'm not convinced as of yet. I was, but I think we need better
I'm still
midfielders.
okay with him. I'm still okay with him. I don't need convincing on Belabor. I can see a player in Belabor.
If you want a proper, if you want a proper Bruno Fernandes replacement, the only one that I see is Stiller from Stuttgart. That is, he's phenomenal. Like, you know,
he's a brilliant player, but
he's got a schnabel.
No, I can actually. I think with Stiller, I could see him going to.
No, but I can't help by looking at his nose every time I look at his picture.
He's got a cleft palate, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he's got a massive potato nose as well.
Yeah, and he's got like a.
But he's a brilliant football player. No, jokes.
Yes,
I think he goes to Bayern Munich. I think that's his. I would imagine that's a destination.
I think here also Vincent Kompany is lined up for City if Pep leaves. So
I think that's hilarious. I think that's so funny, because I've got a question for you two. Are Guardiola and City are City likely to have the headache that United have suffered when Guardiola leaves?
I think when Guardiola leaves, the whole ship crumbles.
So do I.
That's what I believe.
That's exactly what I think.
That's what happened when Klopp left Liverpool. I mean, it was just pure luck for a slot. You know, he just slotted right in, and it was just press play. And
we said
now you seen the proof in the pudding. Like, you know, they invested $500 million in his player squad, and he doesn't even know how to use them or play with them. You know what I mean? It's like I give you, Stu, like you and me were kids in the sandbox, right? And your mom gave you all these sets of new tools, but you don't know how to play with them. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, no, it's true. I did say that. I got vilified for that, Mick, by the way. I said it. Did I not? Jarvis said it last year. Slot hasn't had to do fuck all, because Liverpool were just right. They were on muscle memory, and they were absolutely brilliant. Yeah, they were brilliant. Yeah. But he's still, to be fair to him, he's likely to get him Champions League football, and you could see a different type of Liverpool in next season. He's, Salah's going to go. I think Isak will come good for Liverpool next season. I don't see how he can fail. To be brutally honest with you.
I can tell you, I was watching the City Liverpool game in a pub full of Arsenal fans, and they all said one thing: Arteta, you must go.
Well,
they said that, like, it's enough is enough, basically, because this guy is a fraud, according to them. He's just chopping and changing every year. So this year was, let's set pieces. And I said, well, I remember the best Arteta ball was when you open up the 20 minutes, it was like pedal to the metal, go for the choke. They overflood, they just overrun and just scored 1-2 goals. Now it's just boring, side to side, boring watch, I think he's basically has PTSD or scared, and that kind of hinders him, because I think they played very pragmatic, grinding out. It doesn't really matter how we play as long as we get the points. Well, it's a bloody wrong time to drop form or how to score, because now City's picking up form.
Yeah, well, City picked up form, but City always do, Mick. The last quarter of the season, City, they're fitter than everyone else.
But what do I always say, Stu? Premier League it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I always say that, Yeah. And it seems like Arsenal, they are like premature ejaculation every time,
Oh, they're fucking pathetic, aren't they? How many times has Arteta finished second? Is it 4 times?
Yeah, it did be 4 times if you finish second. So it's like
4 times.
It's like crazy. I think if Arsenal wants to win the league, they have to get rid of Arteta and elevate for the next coach.
Yeah, I think Arteta's going to have to go. But again, where do you go? Where are the elite coaches now? That's the thing. That's the question.
I think the football has changed. I think that nobody wants to pay the expensive. I mean, we were looking at the PSG coach, Luis Enrique, but he's the most high. No, he's not the high. Yeah. He gets like, what, 25 mil? But there's one even higher. Simeone, yes.
He's the highest paid manager on the planet. Yeah.
Simeone, yeah.
Jarvis is
so if you want Simeone, pay up.
No, he will.
The point is, I think
he's the best paid manager in the world. Ineos will never go for him. It's
I have so much to. I have, but I just want to. I want to just stick that the manager situation is now turning to more of a coach role, like the trend. Yeah. But what Chelsea did was absolutely harakiri. Like what they knew what they were going into, and I don't see.
Right, Catherine.
And I don't see fans going in at Chelsea's management leadership board. They knew exactly what they were recruiting, a rookie. If you look at his track record, where he came before, before Strasbourg.
Oh, Derby.
He was average Joe bloke player. What are they thinking? And they gave him a 5-year fucking contract.
6.
This is insane.
Absolutely brilliant for him. I'll sign it.
Yeah. Thank you. And there was a clip when he gave Garnacho a tactical note, and Garnacho runs out to the pitch with the note in his hand, and everyone go, "Oh no!" Then you knew he was a rookie.
Yeah.
But honest to God, I don't give a shit about Chelsea. I think it's just a testament how poor you can run a club by being an, franchise owner. Like the Glazers kind of thing. You have no clue.
Guys, I think we can go over to the next topic. Time flies, all the time. We have a lot of questions also, so we gotta try to squeeze in the questions at the end of the show. So guys, just stay put. There are some updates. I told you about this one. I wanted to reveal where Ruben Amorim is heading, and Graham Bailey, not the strongest source, coming in and saying former Man United head coach Ruben Amorim has been put forward and is being considered for the Crystal Palace job. I think Crystal Palace would suit him perfectly. They are known for the 3-4-3 formation, or the 3-4-2-1, or whatever you want to call it. And I think that will be actually a good signing. It would be interesting to see Amorim in another club in the Premier League.
Perfect for him.
Yeah.
Either him or Ten Hag. Ten Hag would be fitting nicely there as well. But I think brilliant for.
You mean this Graham Bailey?
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
I will ask him. I will ask him on WhatsApp right now. Is this true?
Ask him if it's true.
I think that's a really good shout. That Amorim to Palace. I think they're buying into his method as well, because they've got hard-working players. Palace has got some really, really hard-working players. That'd be perfect.
And also on the Carrick presser, this came out, a little injury update on Lenny Yoro. So Michael Carrick, Lenny Yoro ? We're still working on that one, so there's a possibility available for Brentford, but at this stage it's not 100% sure. So he could be back, and I think that's good news, because we are very thin when it comes to centre backs. We played Masraoui in the last game, but even if Lenny Yoro is back, I would actually start Masraoui yet again, because I think he had a brilliant game against Chelsea. I like Masraoui.
You know what I like about Carrick, what he did in that game when we were short of centre backs. We were all panicking. He just played it compact. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. And what I want to see from the press asking what's going on with Matthias de Ligt. 6 months out, and there's no updates. It's just back injury. How serious is it? Okay, if it's a hamstring or a ACL, but a back?
Yeah, I think he's probably finished.
He's finished. He must be finished, right?
I would say so.
Yeah, but I wouldn't hope so.
Oh, I hope not, but I'll be surprised if we see him.
Doggy, Snoop Doggy
Yes,
Dogg.
and also, on this injury update on Doggy too, is working well, but he's not back in training. But he's closer to training. So again, he will not be available Probably we
shame.
will have to wait into the middle of May before he's back. Maybe he will.
He's back to the
He will be
Liverpool
on the
game.
bench in the last couple of games.
I'd leave him till the summer now. I wouldn't bother bringing him back. Leave him till the summer.
Yeah.
You reckon?
He's gonna get-
Do you reckon we can get back? We have 5 games to play, right?
Yeah, what's he going to do for us in 5 games? It's not a necessity to risk him and bring it back. Don't forget, Mick, he's going to the World Cup, isn't he? With Denmark.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Denmark made the World Cup, didn't they? Yeah, so he's going to the World Cup. So I don't think we need to bring him. Let him join it with Denmark early. Let him join it with Denmark early.
Again, Paul, this is what worries me, Paul, here. Supposedly career ending. What can it be if it's career ending with your back? Is that you can't walk, you
probably
can't
a nerve
run?
issue or something in the back,
He's probably got fused nerves, I would say.
Yeah.
2 nerves are fused together, and he can't operate on it because it could be paralyzed. Backs are terrible. It won't be a disc. It won't be a disc issue. It'll be a nerve issue.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It is a difficult injury. Let's just hope that we can see him back in the Man United jersey. But I don't think we will see him this season. I think that's
no, I don't think so. Don't bother.
Wouldn't bother this season again. Leave him be.
Yeah.
We're playing Monday. We're playing Monday, right?
Brentford.
Brentford.
Yeah.
At home.
At home, 8 o'clock.
That should be a good game to watch. And then we have Liverpool.
Yes, away. Keith Andrews. Sorry, at home.
At home. That should be fire. Yeah, we have Liverpool at home. Yeah,
we beat them away, didn't we? I was just saying, Mick, at the start, Keith Andrews should be considered for manager of the year. He's been absolutely brilliant for Brentford.
Yeah,
everybody thought they were odds on relegation.
Yes, he was their set piece coach.
Yeah, they've been absolutely excellent. And the Sunderland gaffer needs good recognition as well.
Okay, so if we predict the relegation, I'm more interested in that. I think Spurs is going down.
I don't know. I think they'll survive. I did say I think they'll survive. Jarvis thinks they'll go, don't you, pal?
No. You could just see it's not the manager, it's the players, I think. And I think it's the whole club situation. It's a mess. The same with Chelsea. When the club is in disarray, it trickles down all the way to the dressing room. And you can see how Chelsea players are just not really playing for the club, or Spurs players not really playing for the club either. So you can bring in whoever you want at the moment. I don't think they're up for it. You have this... if you look at the Spurs team, they're actually fucking good on paper. It's not a bad team.
Yeah, again, Spurs are playing. I thought they were playing Wolves.
But Wolves will beat them.
Wolves are gone. Burnley are Burnley officially down, or
yes, they're down now.
They are officially relegated now. Yeah, I thought they were. And so I think, I think De Zerbi gets 2 wins and keeps them up.
Well, let's see. Who are they playing? Let me just bring it up. There's 5 games remaining, right? Tottenham hot shit. Shit Spurs. Sorry.
They're doing terribly.
But they're a big club, so they haven't really progressed. Where did they finish last season? 16th. Wow, they have Aston Villa away. Actually, they're playing Wolves tomorrow.
Yeah, they got Wolves this week.
Yeah, and then they have Aston Villa away, then Leeds at home, Chelsea away, and Everton.
So I think Tottenham beat Villa, and then that will give us a 3-point cushion that we need to finish third.
Tottenham to beat Villa at I would love that if they do, because of
what I mean. There's a lot of twists and tails in this. I mean, really,
it will suit the Serbi with a high pressing Villa. To play out, play over. Yeah,
our crunch game, believe it or not, is Liverpool. Once we play,
but Villa almost bottled it against Burnley, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, well, City almost bottled it last night. City only beat Burnley 1-0 last night. So our crunch game is Liverpool. once we get over that game with Liverpool, we'll know likely where we're likely to finish. But I think, yeah, honestly, I think Spurs could be. I think you're right, Jarvis. Villa will suit De Zerbi.
Yeah. But that will suit us when it comes to the top 3 race, us coming into top 3. By the way, guys, I'm a little bit conscious of time. I see we are approaching 1 hour 35 minutes, so 25 minutes left of the show. I still have 3 segments. It's the questions, it's the little quiz I have prepared, and my little presentation. So let's just go into the presentation. So I asked ChatGPT what the Carrick can do. So what Carrick actually need profile wise, and this is what ChatGPT comes up with: an elite tactical brain, positional play, and structure. So this is where Steve Holland's role is today. But the problem for me and Steve Holland is I think it's a little bit old fashioned. Maybe the game has gone past him. I think we are doing the basics right, but I don't see anything spectacular. I don't see him doing tweaks that actually makes us better. It's just the ordinary. So again, not taking away anything from Steve Holland and what he has done so far, but again, I think we need an elite tactical brain. So, and also I think we need a set piece specialist.
Yep.
Top clubs are winning 10, 15 goals a season here, and United, we are not doing well. We have had our fair share of good set pieces, but again, I think we can do better.
What is a set piece specialist? Because I played a game and I just can't get my head around it. I've never been able to get my head around a set piece specialist at all.
Well, it's the same as asking, is set pieces important in the modern game? Looking at throw-ins, corners, free kicks.
Throw-ins, yeah, that was this season. This has been in trademark, corners and throw-in. But listen, here's the thing, right? Holland and Carrick, they got limited resources. They're just meant to be caretakers. So you play it safe. Your game, your interim role is to win every single game by game. So you don't want to, experiment as of yet. And that's what my point comes into in the summer. Then you have time to sort of look at more coaching stuff.
But I think my point is Mick, I think if we are a serious club and we want to go down this path, we need to help Carrick. Because Carrick don't have the because it's one thing, having control of everything, playing 1 game a week. Then you can prepare the players, doing everything, but you need a big staff if you have a game. You only have a
and especially if you get
48 hours turnaround before you have to prepare for the next game. And you have to study a lot. You have to be on the job 24 hours. And this is why I think Carrick needs help. And also,
that's why I believe that we'll invest in the summer, including the coaching staff, because if we get Champions League,
have to.
Yeah, we have to, because basically they had to pay 25 million now for Amarin and all his 5 coaching staff plus. So what you do there, okay, we need a quick fix, paper over the crack. Oh, you get Carrick in, cool. We get Steve Holland. We get the guy that managed the under 21s. He's not going to be there forever either. So this is just a temporary fix. But so far, they've been doing great. I mean, if we finish 3rd, 4th, we in the Champions League, of course, you're going to back to, get in more recruitment staff, set pieces, goalkeeping coaches and stuff like that.
Yes. And
if you are the permanent manager, meaning if you get the job, then you pick your staff as well. As an interim, you don't do that.
I hope he get the chance. And also high performance conditioning expert, modern football, intensity, injury prevention, all of this where United have lacked for years. And finally a data-led analyst integration into coaching. I think we are doing better on this part, but maybe we can improve. So here are the realistic coaching targets. So we have the tactical lieutenant, as it's called. It's Carlos Vincent, it's Pep Linders, and Eric Ramsey. We all know Eric Ramsey from earlier. He's been at United before, but he has a good name. And when it comes to Pepin Linders, I think he's at the moment he's the assistant to Manchester City, and he's also been the assistant under Jurgen Klopp. and
Yep.
he has a rumor to being extremely tactical and astute, and he knows his game. He knows his game. So if Pep leaves the job, I think this is the guy we should go for. Who can come in and be Carrick's number 2. This is where the club needs to act swiftly and get the best guys who's around. When it comes to set pieces, we have, for example, Austin McPhee. You've probably seen this guy on the bench for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
He's a set piece specialist.
He looks like a rock star. Like, you know, he's
Yes.
straight from, you know, some psychedelic. Yeah, I've seen him.
And he's one of the most astute set piece specialists, and I think he's the guy we probably should go for. It's doable. It's Aston Villa. Who wouldn't want to come and work for Manchester United? It wouldn't cost too much, I believe. And also, last but not least, we have Andreas Kornmeier as the fitness physical coach. You know, he's been at Bayern Munich. He was under Jurgen Klopp in Liverpool in the beginning for Jurgen Klopp, and also at Red Bull Salzburg. And the thing is, he's out of a job at the moment. So, you know, it goes without thinking. Just get him in. You know, high intensity, less injuries, getting really astute, good guys to come in and work on the Carrick. And I think this is where I want to see. I want to see Berada doing his job. I want to see Vetabix doing his job.
Yeah.
You know, all of these guys doing the job, bringing in and helping Carrick. Because
Sure.
I think
I agree 100% with the sport, with the fitness, nutrition. I agree also with the analytics side of it. But as a set piece coach, I can't get on board with it. You cannot tell me, nobody can tell me that Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, have been playing the game, by the way, since they're 10 years fucking old, don't know where to stand in a corner. I don't
you know,
buy it.
this is where the game is going, Stu.
I don't buy it with set piece coaches. I don't.
If it gives you 10 to 15 more goals through a season, I think it goes without saying we need a set piece coach.
I don't think it does.
And also, I think it gives the other coaches an easier job. They don't have to worry about it. It's about, you know, sharing the workload.
But why do you need a set piece coach to? Because if you looked at the way that City played against Chelsea and they dominated the area, Arsenal, all they're doing is putting players in around the goalkeeper. You don't need a set piece coach for that.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that ourselves. You know, the problem is when you're lining up for a set piece, you've got to marry height by height. And we don't, and clubs don't do that. Players don't do that. But you've got to marry height by height. We always do this at a mighty Tipton Town. Whenever there's a corner coming in or a set piece coming in, we go man for man, height for height. And we're tight. We're very, very tight.
Didn't under Emery.
Corners
we had a hybrid of zonal and man marking system.
No, I know.
And you know, because we had that, we conceded a lot of goals.
Yeah, but
so
that's
again, set pieces, being astute on set pieces is so important.
Yeah, but that's the way he wanted to play. The way to play is to line up on your 6-yard line, allow the goalkeeper space. So don't, as a defender, and I've said this before, by the way, allow the attackers to get in between you and the goalkeeper. You push.
I wouldn't be surprised, Stu, that they're changing the rules next year regarding the goalkeeper flooding the goalkeeper. Because set pieces, you play the game still. Jarvis played the game. I played the game. I think the set pieces has changed. I mean, the movement inside the box has changed. It's so many movement components, which is absolutely creating chaos before the ball is even kicked. You know. So you can have man management, but man-to-man marking, but you lose your man with that amount of shoving that's going on.
Well, I've always got the shirt. I've always got the shirt here, though.
So what is a corner? What is a set piece? Just swing it in swinger or out swinger.
I hold the bottom of the shirt, so I'll never lose my man. I don't lose my man because I hold the bottom of his shirt all the time, or his shorts.
Yeah.
That's why I'm grabbing onto him and holding him. I'm not wrestling up at the top. I'm wrestling here. So I've got him. Try moving off me now, mate, because I'm going to go with you because I know where you are. Look, I understand set-piece coaches. I understand throwing coaches, striker coaches. I get it. I understand it. It's modern football. But what annoys me about it more than anything is that when you're a centre half and you choose that path to be a centre half in professional football, you've got to know your fucking job. You've got to know exactly what you're doing, why you're doing it, and a lot of it goes back to the analytics side of it. Do you know your attacker? Do you know what he does at corners? Do you know what he does at free kicks? Do you know how he takes the ball, chests it, heads it? Do you know all this? If you don't know any of that, what you're doing in the game?
Yeah.
Well, I think it goes without saying, if you practice a thing, you will have an edge.
Yeah.
And if you don't practice it, you won't have an edge.
Yeah.
So if you have a specialist whose only job is to focus and prepare the players to do those set pieces, because set pieces is the set piece. Everything is planned in forehand. So you can do the same thing over and over, and you will get results. But if you don't, if you're not prepared, you're just leaving everything to chance. And I don't think that's how you run a proper football club. You don't leave anything to chance. If you want to be professional, you are going into every little details, the 1%. And I think this is where Man United can improve. Okay, maybe a set-piece coach, maybe he can improve us 5%. But those 5% will probably give us more goals than we have this season on set pieces, corners, and throw-ins. That's just my take. But guys, I just wanted to plant the idea into all of you guys watching, because I think we need to be awake when it comes to this. We can't just be fooled by transfer rumors and Chouameni here and Elliot Anderson there. We need to put pressure on the leadership of the club. Okay, you can hire Carrick, but you need to do it properly. It's not just us sitting here. I want the Nagelsmann. I want Carrick. It's not how it works. It's so much more detailed. You need coaching.
I can tell you this for 100% facts, that the discussions with Carrick has been held under the scene, and Carrick has said, well, I need full coaching staff, because that's what I said earlier, and he just came in, just a quick fix within 1 week, and they just did okay, we take Johnny Evans, we take the guy from under 21s. You get Steve Holland. It was pretty much the only one that he brought in because he was available. So yeah, definitely behind the scenes, if he gets the job, he will get a full coaching staff. 100%.
Is it Travis Binion you're talking about?
Travis Binion. Yeah, Travis Binion. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, definitely. But then I also want to see a total overhaul of the referees in the Premier League as well, a total rebuild. If not, we have come so far with the technology, with AI. So I say, why don't you AI assess the situation? And basically, it's machine learning, so there are no case studies, so you have consistency. You know what I mean? Oh, is that a hair pull? Was that a red card? No, actually, what happened there? That wasn't a red card. Therefore, conclusion, bam. It goes instantly. So AI can actually read incidents and case studies instead of having human error, people sitting there with bias or, it's Manchester United playing, right? I think that technology should be more incorporated, especially with AI. You know what I mean?
100%. And Kattenberg, the old referee, he also did an interview now a couple of days ago, and he said he would keep VAR, but only for things that's not subjective. Goal or not goal, offside or onside, all the things that will help the referee. But everything that's subjective, that's the problem. Because if you have a board of, let's say, 5 referees trying to figure out what's subjective, you get inconsistency because it changes from 1 week to another. And this is where the fault of VAR is at the moment.
The problem is that they ruin the game. In the middle of the match, in the middle of the pitch, to just go, oh, check this red card incident, a hair pull. No, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? If the ref didn't see it, why are you doing it? And on the other hand, it's gone too far. It's become, even if you complain, they will punish you, right? It's like a cartel. They're just sticking with each other. They're protecting each other. It's us against them. So they're taking the limelight, which I don't really like. And we had this discussion with Hackett before, and I said, this is ridiculous. It has to stop. So if you complain, you get an extra day ban or extra match day ban if you lose, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I think the problem with AI gentlemen, is it's going to ruin the game. The problem with AI is it teaches you not to think. It teaches you not to live in reality. And I've seen it. And I was at a seminar last year, and I raised this point in a seminar full of car manufacturers. I raised this point about the youth of today is already too lazy. They don't think for themselves. And the more that AI comes into your everyday being, the less you have to think. 10 years' time, my boys' children, Philip's children, Jarvis, won't have to think for themselves. Everything will be done for them. The brain will be dead. And I understand AI, I understand the mechanics of it, and I understand why AI is going to be important for the future of the world. But keep it out of football. I don't want
I made a joke about this long time ago that soon we will have robots running around as referees. Yeah. But the scary point is what you're saying. Since AI was introduced, the referees have become more lazy and relying on the VAR instead of doing the referee job.
They have, yes.
They have.
And that was Clattenburg's point too. He said the same. I don't know if you saw that too, or Mick.
Yeah. That's the point.
I haven't. No.
The point is, Mick, and that's where you've hit the nail completely on the head. And Clattenburg's right. They are relying now on VAR, and the proof of the pudding was Tierney relied on VAR on their recommendation to go to the screen to check on the hair pull. But yet VAR didn't pick up. Apparently, the
match after.
The match after, apparently. So Tierney just let it go. And yet, so that's the biggest example of referee laziness and VAR dictating towards the referee. And I want that gone, Mick. I talk about, look, you're absolutely right, you two, about human error. You are right about inconsistencies, but we grew up, that was our era, guys. We grew up with that, and we just got on with it, didn't we? We were frustrated. Now, how many times, Jarvis, did you get a handball against you when it clearly hit you in the stomach, and you went to the ref like that with a shirt, and you got a red fucking ball mark, and he said, no, it hit your hand. No, it didn't. You know, how many times did you do that? You know,
It's becoming more, very, very, very fractional millimeters, marginal. I mean, I was watching Everton Liverpool, and Everton scored the first goal, and I was celebrating, and then I looked away, and then so what happened? I didn't. So, goal chalked off for what?
Yeah, it was chalked off, wasn't it? Yeah. One of the other lads was offside. It wasn't a goal scorer, was it?
Bullshit. Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah,
I think this is a good comment from United Till I Die, saying games has gone from free-flowing football to stop, and it's killing the vibe. And
it's becoming like AFL American football, like a start, stop. You know.
Yeah, and it's a shame because when you're in that heat of the game, and you're having a brilliant game against your opponent, Jarvis, you can't get past the right back, and you're thinking, "You fucker, I'm going to get past you this time," and you do. You're thinking, right, now I'm going to level the playing field. You're putting you got tackled right in the centre midfield. You think, right, you fucker, I'm going to get you back. 5 minutes later, you fucking had him. I'm winning a header. You know, that's everything that we love about the game is just being totally dismantled before.
Boys, same game. Where did they get the extra 11 minutes from?
Well, we couldn't work that one out. Me and Jarvis.
Where? And typically, like, what happened is 1-1 in a dying seconds. Virgin Van Dijk. This sounds like a porn star, but Virgin.
And then he blows. Yeah. We joked. That Mick, that the ref carried on playing till Liverpool scored. As soon as they scored. And it did. It happened. You know, it was ridiculous. 11 minutes.
So I'm just elaborating. Does certain referees want to influence the game? That's a big question that I ask. You know.
Well, we've got to be careful.
Because I'm just putting it out there. Like, I'm not saying it, but I'm just putting it out there to say that in certain games you see clear and obvious that they want to decide the game. They want to play a bigger part. Like, you know, it's like a theater. Like, you know, refs used to be like, you know, unbiased, like just you rock up and just referee the game. But now you get emotional attached to certain things. It's big money involved, you know. So it's like a script.
I think certainly, Mick, you're right. I think referees want to be a part of the Hollywood drama aspect of football now. Jared Gillett's one of them. He loves him fucking self. Absolutely loves himself. Anthony Taylor loves himself.
Anthony Taylor, yeah.
But what about Howard Webb? He's the guy in charge.
Well, yeah.
He's allowing it. He's the enabler.
He's allowing it to go on. Yeah, he is allowing this to happen. And I just think that ultimately, the whole game, because it's so in your face and it's televised, referees are now, well, they're unpopular, aren't they? You want to be a referee in the Premier League unless you would be on reproach. But, you know, they still getting 120, 130, up to £200,000 a year. It's an easy life for a referee. I don't care what anyone says. It's a fucking easy life. For 200 grand. They're professional. They're also on the UEFA books. They're on the FIFA books. Mick, you know this. So they're getting paid shitloads of fucking money to referee in the World Cup, aren't they? And the Europa League, Champions League, things of that nature. So the jeopardy out of football is gone. The real jeopardy, you know, where Jarvis has beat 3 players and absolute scored a worldie, and then VAR's ruled it out because there's a little bit of pulling in the penalty.
But you're part of the football circle. Like, you know, you're not a referee if you don't like football, of course. And as a football fan, every referee is a fan of football.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Dislike certain players or like certain teams. And how can you then be biased? My solution is what I said to Hackett was just, we should just totally not have English referees. We should have referees coming out from other leagues or other countries.
Well, they do that, don't they? Doesn't Saudi Arabia have guest referees? And
but like it's Champions League, you get different refs from different countries. So that's the only way you can take away the biasness or the unfair, right? You don't know, you don't have the relationship with the players or anything.
It should well be, and I think what you're talking about then, Mick, is a FIFA pool of referees, aren't you?
A FIFA pool of referees.
So they work for FIFA. They work for FIFA. They get pointed to games around the globe. Yeah, that would make sense to me. That would make a lot of sense. So you're absolute. So there's no PGMOL in existence, but FIFA then pick the matches across the globe. Okay, that would make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Or a European, you know, UEFA.
I think you make a lot of good points, and but we all know, we heard Keith Hackett say it himself how critical it was to the regime of Howard Webb, and you know he even said the referees nowadays, they want to be in the limelight, they want to be the stars, and you know he's old school. He wants just to be the conductor on the field to make the game flow, and now it's quite different. You know, it's about them. It's about their ego. Exactly. They want to make the headlines. Right. And for me, you know, that's the wrong focus. And Keith Hackett was spot on when he said that.
He was.
Keep the game flowing. Yeah, he said keep the game going. Give a little bit of a stern warning. If you do that again, I will book you. Yeah. Yeah,
it's little things that, you know, they hardly wear black anymore, do they?
Yeah. But why do you think? Why do you think they introduced the rule that only captain can have a word with the ref? They're just basically protecting themselves.
The snowflakes. The snowflakes.
The snowflakes.
Snowflakes as well.
Yeah. Even Maguire got an extra game ban after saying.
Yeah, exactly. But ultimately, Jarvis, what you were trying to prove was correct. You know, what you're saying is correct. He does need better coaching staff around it. And I think, you know, a set piece coach or a throwing coach, that'll always divide opinion. Always divide opinion. Because there are people that don't agree with it, the people that think it's necessary, and but
the principle, even though it's the right one, you need other coaches.
You know, but I'm just old school when it comes to defending.
That's okay. That's okay. We are allowed to have different opinions.
We are indeed. We are
a good thing. That's a good thing. A quick quiz for you guys, and also you in the chat. Get your answers in, and Stu and Mick, if you know this.
I don't know.
Just don't say the right answer right away. Let people in the chat have a guess. So this comes from a Legacy fan, Legacy CU on X. So this is the quiz. I have played with these three players, who is it?
Oh, yeah, that's
What?
easy. That's easy.
Is it easy? You know
Yeah.
right away?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Marcus
I will.
Rashford.
I will give it. Now we have the right answer in the chat. Who is it?
Yeah.
Rashford.
It's Danny B. But Danny B always knows his football. Rashford. Everybody said it's Rashford. It's Rashford. It's Rashford. You guys.
Yeah.
You guys.
In fact, telepathically, Danny B messaged me. He said, "Stu, I got it before you. Split seconds. I just couldn't write. I couldn't type it quick enough. So Danny B beat me to it. Telepathically, he told me.
I didn't even see the chat. I said Rashford straight away. Okay.
Yeah. So everybody says Rashford, or
Do you know who
Stephanie
the-
says Tequila
Yeah.
Town.
Yeah, Tom.
Do you know who people would have thought about Bellingham? Bellingham would have been the tricky one there because you mean him on, yeah, Bellingham, but
No, it's England, 3 Lions. But
England.
what do you guys think? I mean,
Yes,
think
that's
the
the next segue. The update on Rashford that came out. This one. Barcelona sporting director Deco prefers investing 60 million in a new winger rather than keeping Marcus Rashford on a high salary. While Hansi Flick is open to retain him as a squad depth. But the thing is, this is always Barcelona. They come out with conflicting reports, leaving a little bit of pressure on Man United, saying one thing, saying another thing.
They were never gonna sign him on a full. They were just using him for the season. That's it, on a free. Anyway, and then when it comes up to pay money, they don't want to pay, so they instead are going to go for something younger, I think. So I'm afraid that Marcus and his entourage,
he's going to find himself. Yeah, I think we'll find a home for him anyway, Rashford. I think it'll be an easy sell this time. He hasn't had a bad stint at Barca, has he?
Yeah, but what if he comes back to United and play under Carrick? We need a left winger. Is that ship sailed or?
I don't think it is actually. No, I think. I mean, he's not going to earn that money, is he? At Old Trafford, we will have to.
Well, no. Then if he comes back to United, the club has to.
Okay, if you're going to
say again,
how long has he got left on his contract?
I think it's 2028. If I'm not wrong. Let me check.
Why did we do that?
We have to lower down his salary wage.
We're dumb, aren't we?
Yes, until June 2028. So he's reportedly on £325,000 a week. So that's almost 16.9 million a year.
Nobody's going to pay that.
We're dumb. We are dumb as a football club, aren't we?
Yeah, well, listen, if he was willing to take a pay cut to play in Barca, if he comes back to United, you say, listen, Marcus.
I think you renegotiate his salary. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, it's just stupid.
Because if you look around Europe, nobody has the money to pay. Italian league, they're broke as, I don't know.
We will have to pay at least 50% of his salary anyway, if he goes to...
Yeah, we're going to pay 50%.
Yeah. Spanish league is done. League is done. La Liga is done. It's interesting if you look at the Italian Serie A. Name me one good player that plays in Serie A. You couldn't even count them on 5 fingers.
I don't think you'll get it at Saudi Arabia now either, because they're completely changing the way that they're refinancing.
They might go to Saudi. Who knows?
I don't think you'll get that money in Saudi anymore, will they? I think those days are over of earning that type of money at Saudi.
Yeah.
Because
the downfall of Serie A is just amazing. It's very, I don't know.
I don't think there's any great leagues out there now.
No, there's not.
The Premier League, and I don't think the Premier League is brilliant.
Could go to Inter Miami or something, just to.
You could do something like that. Yeah,
have some tequila shots there.
Yeah, I think we're getting. I think if we're sensible, we let him go on a free, don't pay him, and he goes and negotiates a deal somewhere else, or we pay him a little bit of money and let him go.
Because I will make a prediction. I will predict that he will be a United player next season.
Carrick says.
Yeah, Carrick likes him, and I think if we don't get the right money, we will keep him on the bench.
It just shows I'm ironic.
Yeah, but if Carrick stays, he will suit the counter-attacking football.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, it just goes to show how moronic we are as a football club, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's better than
we're an
freaking
absolute
Garnacho.
basket case. We're a basket case of a football
He's
club.
absolutely better than Garnacho, that clown.
No, he is. And to be honest, he's a natural fit because we know we're moving and we're saving on. Can't even remember his name because nobody cares. Sancho, because nobody cares about the fucking idiot. You know,
he's going back to Dortmund.
Dortmund, doesn't he? Yes, we know we're getting rid of him, so we're saving 15 million a year.
Third time is a charm.
Yeah, well, he's idiot.
His career is over.
It is. But he didn't care. The trouble is, he didn't care.
He didn't care about football. No,
he doesn't care. PSG might be a shout for Rashford. Actually, yeah, might be a shout.
It's going to be a tough sell.
I don't know. I think Rashford has lost his stature when it comes to European football.
Yeah.
I think people understand. We have had his fair share of tries. Aston Villa, Barcelona.
That's what I wanted to say. I spoke to a Barcelona representative today, and she was pretty much saying that they do this on purpose. This is a tactic. They fizz them out because they know they don't want to pay that money. They just use them, right? They fire them up. Hans Flick's not playing him anymore.
They stopped, hasn't he? Yeah,
he stopped picking him. Stopped that.
Although he's back in the squad, isn't he? Because the Mal's out till the World Cup now, so he's going to be back in, isn't he?
So there's it's nothing strange about to see that they're willing to pay 60 million for a new winger, but they're not willing to pay 27 million pounds for Rashford.
You're going to pay 80 million for Diamande if they're interested in him. Who are you going to pay? Who are you going to get?
Yeah. Company might sign him at Bayern. Maybe.
God, you got a lease.
Maybe they need a backup to what's his name, the Liverpool guy, Luis Diaz.
Diaz and Elise are just ripping up the Bundesliga, aren't they?
Yeah,
and Harry Kane's there mopping up all the goals. They're just fucking Elise has elevated himself, I reckon, into the top 5 players in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think he wouldn't mind to go play with old Harry. You know what I mean? English Harry.
Listen, I'd still take Harry Kane next season. Tomorrow, I'd take him tomorrow. I wouldn't even.
I agree. He's only getting better. That's
I wouldn't
the
even
thing.
bat an eyelid. He is getting better. One bat an eyelid, hasn't he?
He's unplayable right now.
Not quite broken Lewandowski's goal scoring record, has he? It's close, isn't it? But Lewandowski is the man out there, and Lewandowski's been doing it at Barcelona for 5 years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I would take Kane tomorrow.
But we also have players that we're not talking about. The players that are 1 year left on the contract or free agents as well. But Alaba from Real Madrid. Who else do we have?
He'll sign, I think.
Yeah, someone mentioned Van Hecke. He's only a 1 year left. We have Nessie, who's a free agent this summer.
Going to fucking Spurs.
The point is that if we're going into Champions League, we need a big squad. We need a big squad, and therefore you can do a mix of free agents and spend some money for sure.
Fucking Senesi wants to go to Spurs. If they stay in, what the fuck are we doing? Again, basket case for football club.
He's free.
I know he's a free basket case of a football club. If he's waiting for Spurs, unbelievable.
Yeah, but we might have done proper.
Maybe he wants to play with Romero. His fellow countryman.
Well, I think he knows he's going to get him more because he'll play more games than Romero. Because Morero's a dick, isn't he?
Yeah, and let's say if Van Hecke is getting sold, he knows that he will have a starting. Because people got to remember, Senesi, he was on the bench last season. The Ukraine guy who went to PSG and Huijsen to Real Madrid. Those were the centre backs.
Yeah, they were the centre backs. Yeah, but he's had a stellar season, Senesi. He's been great.
Wait a minute. There's a Rashford's agent ain't smart. It's why Barcelona would absolutely mate. Dwayne is not looks. It's all about brand. It's all about lifestyle. Because his brother, you will never tell him the truth. Just keep going, Marcus. Yeah, we made it. We're in Barcelona. We're living the high life, and that's it, right? That's it. That's why you should never have family as your agent. Mbappe has his mother as his agent. Where's Mbappe? I think Mbappe regressed. He's regressed.
Funnily enough, Jarvis, he laughed at this. I've never rated Mbappe at all. He's never been a player that I would absolutely covet at Manchester United. He's just not.
But he's not made a good impact in Real Madrid.
He's done 40 goals, hasn't he? Or 38 this season. Is that right? He's done a lot, Mick. He's done a lot.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But he's not someone I've really coveted. Okay.
But it's just the family business. Well, the point is the family business is they're only looking after themselves within the family, right? So that's why you.
Yeah. Did you say Rabiot's mother? Did you say Rabiot's mother?
Yeah. She wouldn't take it. Get her as a gaffer. She would be fucking brilliant as our gaffer, as our sporting.
Dominique Rabiot.
Veronique,
come on,
Mick. Yeah, sorry, you got to deal with Veronique. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
yes, you are getting there. No. What do you want me to do? I'll do it. I promise I'll do it. Nobody wants a piece of Veronique. Nobody.
Stu, do we have time to do 10 more minutes of questions? We have a lot of questions.
Okay, yeah. I'm looking at my surfboard, it's like, okay, let's wait.
I can do 10 minutes. I'll have to be strict on the 10 though.
Yeah. Okay, so let's
should I bring in my surfboard? Should I bring in my surfboard?
Yeah, show us the surfboard while we're doing the music. Yeah,
we'll do the music. Okay. Hang on a second.
Okay. So let's wait for Mick in his surfboard. You start with the question while Mick is bringing in his surfboard. But I just want a quick one to the United strand. Yes, Hansi Flick say he wants him there as a first squad depth, but Deco is saying the complete opposite. So again, conflicting reports from Barcelona.
Yes, 100%. Right, let's see.
My scarf fell down, so maybe I should just wear it.
Yeah, let's get the Glazers. Okay, let's start with this one from Steph.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
It's a longboard, so I overestimate.
It's a longboard. Steph says, does football AI need rebooting? I think what she means is, does it need booting? The answer to that from me is
rebooting.
Yes. Needs walking. It needs kicking. Let's see what we've got. Okay, Paul Tobin. I know he's not here, but let's do Paul's question. Mick, does anybody know how much will be available for transfers in the summer? Because there won't be much incoming from player sales.
Not true. With sales, we're getting money for Højlund. We're potentially getting a sell-on for Greenwood. There's a few players. Also, you're going to incorporate Casemiro leaving. There's another 20 million, 25 million left of the wages. Plus, we're getting Champions League, knock on wood. Plus, we're going to probably sell some academy players. They're not going to cut the mustard. I think we're going to have approximately 300 grand to spend this summer.
Okay. Great question. So. Brilliant question. Let me get... Okay.
Hey, Richie.
Yeah, Trev says, question to me. What do you think of the new shirt? I love it, by the way. I absolutely fucking love it. It's amazing.
It hasn't been done before. Is this the third time we are doing this shirt or fourth time?
No. So the actual shirt itself was done in what they called a human race program. My boys got it, Jarvis.
Yes, I remember.
That was the take on it. So there has been replicas of that shirt by Adidas, but it wasn't the full shirt. This is the first time I believe we've done the. But what Trev's talking about is there's a big old Adidas logo on that era on that jumper, and I absolutely love it, Trev. And I'm going to go googly-eyed at the other half to get it. Now, whether I'm successful or not, I don't know, but I absolutely love it, Trev. It's brilliant. It's about 100 quid on Adidas's website, by the way, if any of you are interested.
So it's this one.
No. He's talking about if you go on to If you go on to Adidas's website.
Okay, so it's not a sharp.
That's the shirt they've just released. Trev's talking about a different.
All right.
Fantastic. Great question, Trev. Jarvis, do you think the City game was a fix? Them winning 1-0, going toe to toe with Arsenal on points and goal difference. Do you trust your eyes anymore?
Well, maybe it's too good to be true.
Answer that how you wish.
Well, I know where you're getting at.
Yeah,
and seeing the referees this season, seeing everything, and we know the FA loves Manchester City. I don't know what City have paid them to be so friendly and never charge them with 115 charges. It feels like it's a pressure from us fans and other clubs to take down City. But for me, quite frankly, we all knew about this when they came in. We all knew that they were cooking the books. They could never do what they did at that time. There were restrictions on how much you could spend at that time, and they did whatever they could. So again, I'm just trying to connect the dots, but something fishy. It's always something fishy when it comes to this.
The United strand. I have a better picture.
It's looking good.
It's like 5 in a row. Like it's going to take 10 years. It looked like Udo from what do you call it? The Motorhead.
I think. Unfortunately for Frank, his popularity is waning slightly. But anyway,
but yeah, just to answer it quickly, yes, I believe there is corruption in football.
Yeah, 100%. It's been proven. Even FIFA, even the guy that runs FIFA, is the most corrupted.
Sepp Blatter.
No, it's not him. The new one. What's his called?
Gianni Infantino. He's just
yes. He was the one that invented a new price and gave it to Donald Trump.
Yes, he's just as bad. Mick, a question from Steph.
Stephanie.
She goes, what criteria, I like this question, allows a Man United manager or a United manager, she puts it, to be fully accepted? Or is it just winning the Premier League again? Now, that is a great question. That's probably one of the best questions we've had.
I think criteria allows Man United to be fully accepted. Or first and foremost, it doesn't matter who you appoint. There's always going to be a divide within the fan base. This is, he's never going to be accepted. Second of all, I think that we are going the right path with Carrick being understanding the game, understudy under Jose Mourinho. He's calm and composed. Football is all about man management at the end of the day. 70% and 30% tactics, in my opinion. It's what you need to get the best out of each place in each position. And so far, he's been doing a great job by understanding that, and that's man management. Same goes with business. Like, if you're a great leader, it's all man management. The rest is, you need just to get place to fight for you and believe in you. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. And that's what that comes down also to getting the tactical people or the right people, that you can surround yourself with, that you can trust.
Yeah. Jarvis, what do you think? Good answer, Mick.
Well, for me, it's about the mentality, the way we want to play football. You don't necessarily need to win the trophy to be a proper Man United manager, but it's all about having Noradin talks about this all the time, having the courage. I think you have to install the courage. You want to win by all means. Attack. That's Man
and
United.
that's what Carrick is doing. And that's
play with risk, high risk.
Take Arteta Arsenal versus Man City. They're 2-1 down, and what does it do? Defensive substitution just to pocket Doku. Put in Ben Scheidt in there, and Trossard. That's not game changers. That's what Amarin used to also do. That's just to frustrate the shit out of me. So the criteria for a manager is to attack. If you're winning the game 1-0, go for 2-0. No, you don't. But if you're playing away like we did at Chelsea, it was a tactical. The second half was just grind it out, get the result, and that's it. Yeah. Sometimes you have to play a little bit pragmatic just to get the point. Yeah. But when you're playing at Old
It's
Trafford.
allowed when you go away to Real Madrid in
Yeah,
Europe.
yeah.
Ferguson used to do it, but you do whatever it takes to win the game, and you go with courage, you go with risk, and you want to win the games. And for me, it's also the same thing. That's why we could never accept Jose Mourinho coming in second with 82 points. There would probably be enough to win the league this year.
The third is what
and
people.
Again,
82 wins the league.
Yeah. The third, Jarvis and Stu, why I understand some people are against is they have the PTSD of Ollie, right? But Ollie and Carrick are not the same. I wouldn't say. I think it's important that you play the United way, which is the United DNA embedded, and going back to the 4-3-2-1, which is the best thing we've ever done. I think it was a mistake to appoint Amorim to change the system, which players were confused. That was not United, you know what I mean? But now we are back to playing United way. And you can see that fans are reacting. Old Trafford is on fire again. Okay, we lost once at Old Trafford under Carrick, but that's about it. So if you look at the league table at the moment, Manchester United under Carrick is leading the league.
I love the question.
Yeah,
I love the question, but here's my take on it. I want integrity, and I'm not seeing any real integrity out of a manager for the past few seasons. And I'm not talking about the way that they approach the job or anything like that. It's they don't stick to their guns. They allow their ideas to be manipulated by the players and the board. And a manager with true integrity wouldn't allow that. So whoever comes through that door, whether it's Carrick, Ancelotti, whoever goes through the door, any of us walk through that door, I want you to be true to yourself. Because when you're true to yourself, you're true to us. And that's all I'm looking for, integrity.
But that was Amorim. Amorim was true to he stuck to his guns.
And as Jarvis said, what happened to him? They kicked him out because he was a little bit too honest. But I like integrity.
Integrity.
Yeah.
But Carrick is the smiling assassin. And he's very cool and composed, calm, doesn't make much noise. Kind of the serenity, and it works. It really works. But at the same time, they have respect for him.
I just want to mention this comment from the United strand saying nothing to do with Ollie. Carrick has poor in-game management, and on that one, I agree. In-game management is not good enough. So yeah,
no, it isn't. It isn't. I agree with that as well. Right, final question, guys, because I am on a bit of a limit, and that is from Trevor again. Mick, this is and Jarvis. It kind of fits into what we were just talking about, actually.
Yeah.
What more could Carrick have done since his appointment, and what rating out of 10 would you give him? Who wants to go first?
Well, he's been playing it safe. As I said earlier, his job is just to steady the ship, rack up as many points, and the KPI was to get Champions League. So, yeah. He hasn't been able to rotate much. I still am baffled why we have so many injuries while playing a game a week or having 3 weeks injury. But he's still even if we had injuries, he's managed to shuffle it around and get players to win. Just take Chelsea. We had the centre back crisis. What he did was absolutely smashing, brilliant. He just played the compact in the back. And when we hit on a transition, and one opportunity we scored. Bruno Fernandes is playing a key part in Carrick's system. There was a report coming out to say this is not for sale whatsoever. And I say, people are being critical about Bruno, but I'm just saying, this guy is going down as one of the Manchester United legends if he continues this rate. So it's a good question, but I think he's done a fantastic job so far by being adaptable.
Trev does have a habit of putting in a good question now and again.
But then what I wanted to follow up on that question is that if he gets backed, if it's the Man United manager and he gets the players around, then I think you will see a different type of Michael Carrick. At the moment, he's just playing the trusty, experienced players to get the points, right?
Jarvis, where are you with that?
First of all, Trevor, it's a very tabloid question because it has so many levels. What am I rating? Is
8 out of
performance,
10. 8 out of 10. 8 out
is
of 10.
in-game
I
management,
gave it to him, Lance. There's no way
results?
Trev come up with this by himself. I gave it to him.
Well, I'm just putting it out there. So for me, I see someone saying 7, someone saying 8, Primot saying 9. I get it. We should be happy, and we shouldn't be unhappy with the results. We are qualified to next year's Champions League. That was the aim, the target. No one thought that we were ever end up Champions League qualified at the beginning of the season. Everybody remember last year, we lost the Europa League final, came in 15th. Everything looked down. So again, from that perspective, maybe he deserves a 10 because he have achieved it massively.
Yeah.
But again, the performances for me, I don't think it's good enough. I think we have performed under par in a lot of games where we should have won, and also performed better. And his in-game management, I'm not happy with it. And also looking at how he controls the team, he should never allow the players going on holiday mid-season and then bringing them back and setting them into intensive training. I think there's a reason why Mainu got the injury before the Leeds game, and we have Lenny Yoro out injured right now.
Well,
I think he haven't managed perfectly. So again, 10 is perfect. Okay, I'll give an 8 because of results.
8 for me too, Jarvis and Stu, but because I was very skeptic when we appointed Carrick. I didn't want. I said, "What the hell?" But he convinced me. Right now, the introduction of Kobe Mainu that was not seeing the day of light by Amarin totally transformed. He's a midfield legend. He knows what a midfield should look like. And although on paper we don't have the best midfield in Premier League, if he managed to sort of be more compact as a team, so we don't see the gaps in the midfield anymore, right? Okay, the defense has been a little bit shaky, but I'm convinced. I'm 100% convinced, because if I look at, bringing in another lead manager, and then they're not available. Who's the next in line? We're talking Areola, we're talking about Glasner's. Are they any better? Have they won anything? Do they have the experience? Do they understand what Manchester United is all about? Do they understand the fan base?
Well, yeah, but this is the thing, Mick, and because people will listen to me now and feel that I'm criticizing Carrick by saying this. I'm not criticizing Carrick because I think he has done well, more than expected, and taking us to the promised land. And I think this is what Carrick has done, and that's a massive achievement. I'm not taking it away from him. I'm looking at the bigger picture, and I think we need to up our game. We need to up our game,
then we
are getting into tougher competition next season. I suspect the Premier League will be a little bit differently. I think Liverpool will be better. I think Aston Villa might improve. I think we will see a better Chelsea team. So again, the consistency of other teams will be different. There will be no World Cup or So
I'm going to be a bit more critical. I haven't seen anything to suggest that we could finish above third moving forward. Even if we get one or two of the players in it, we would hope. I think third is our ceiling, and I think our third will be our ceiling. By the way, everybody.
But do you think Nagelsmann will be better? Nagelsmann, in my opinion,
no.
He hasn't played competitive football, been manager since he's been sacked from Bayern.
Third is going to be our ceiling for the next 2 to 3 seasons.
Who knows?
So by that aspect, you would keep Carrick because you're not going to progress past third.
Well,
we are.
I think that results. I agree to disagree, because people were saying we will finish 8th this season because of last year's results, finish 15 or 16. Look where we are now.
Yeah, I knew we'd finish above 8.
So,
but what I was going to say is and everybody's points are very, very valid, but we won't finish above third for the next 2-3 seasons because we've got too big a gap to catch up between Arsenal.
It depends on the summer
and City. I also think that Jarvis is right. Clubs will be better. I predicted this season in the summer, Jarvis, I'll tell you, Mick, that we would finish high because clubs would drop off. Forest being one, Newcastle being one, Brighton being one.
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's done a fantastic job from
No,
turning
no, no.
around.
I think
Where were we sitting at? We were sitting like 8th place when Amarin was sacked. Like what
seventh.
a massive
I think it was seventh.
7.
Yeah, but what I'm
What a
seeing,
mess.
but what I'm not seeing is I don't think we've kicked on. I think the problem is I think we had 2 great games. We haven't kicked on from those 2
Yes.
games.
Yeah.
You can add the Villa game and
We haven't
make it 3.
materialised into
Yeah.
a team that we should be without, past the City and the Liverpool games. Carrick has done better than probably most of us would think, and I've got no problems with what he is. And I agree with you, by the way, Nick. I don't want Nagelsmann. Jarvis will tell you. I've said no straight away. Or every time he's come in, I've said no.
Well,
no.
what I'm hearing, the club is also not really convinced of Vivel's suggestion because Vivel wants him, but they are saying that, well, hang on a second, he hasn't managed in a club football since 2 years now. So
when he moved from Bayern, he was sacked from Bayern.
Yeah. And since then, he's been managing the German national team, which is like what. A little bit of international breaks here and there, so he's not into par. Again, who is out there that is available? Okay, Ancelotti he's not available.
He's the only one you would go and get. He's the only one, Mick, you would go and pay money for.
You want to be serious? Get Luis Enrique. He transforms teams, but then you have to get Luis Campos as well, and that's the thing. But he's not. You're never gonna pay 25 million.
It won't bother me paying Campos. I'll be happy with Campos. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So you got to get both of them to have a proper transformation.
I think in summarising Trev's question, it's such an open-ended question with a difficult answer.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's a great answer to it, and that's what makes
it opens up a debate.
Yeah, that's what makes Trev's question a brilliant question. It's what makes Stephanie's question a brilliant question because it opens up the floor for debate, and everybody will have their own viewpoints on what it is. So I'm going to give Carrick as my score a 7, and that's not to be controversial. That's not to be anything. I've seen 4.5, 5 in the chat, 10, 9, 8. The beauty of football is we all see it and view it completely differently through our own eyes. Jarvis once famously said, a football game lives its own life, and it does. And this is Carrick's problem right now, Mick. He's living, by game to game. And sometimes we've been absolutely brilliant. And sometimes, like Jarvis has said, Newcastle, we've been fucking woeful because he gave them 5 days off, on our first 2-week break. He gave 5 days off. We just don't look fit.
My reasoning for everything is that not all the shiny toys are the best, because we tried that road before. We recruited the shiny toys as a players and it didn't work out. So what is it to say that all of a sudden you get in a Luis Enrique and he will hit the ground running?
Well, this is it. This is why I think you either go, and I'm talking super experienced in an Ancelotti-like player, or you go Premier League experience with somebody like Emery, if you could ever drag him out of Villa, which I doubt it, or Iraola, who's got.
I think Emery's a bottler, to be honest. He doesn't have the mentality.
He probably doesn't, to be fair. But
no, this is a trait that I've been seeing. He's good, but when it comes to the second half of the season, you see Emery just dwindling.
Yeah, but you have a fairly thin squad, and you got to realize he's in Europa League. Every time we've gone deep into Europa League, the league is suffering, and this is what Villa are doing. But he's still clinging on and making them, cement themselves into top 5. And I think it's an art, managing.
He's a Europa League
every third
He's
game,
good in the
every
cups.
third day, playing
Good
Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, all the time. And Villa don't have the strongest squad. They have a lot of injuries.
They've got a small squad. Yeah, they got a small squad.
So again, I think he's done wonders with Villa. So I rate Emery, but Iraola would be my first pick. But I agree with what you're saying. He hasn't won anything. But again, it's Aston Villa. They're not.
Could win the Europa League. He's
Yeah,
a
they could.
specialist in the
They
Europa
could.
League,
They
isn't he?
could.
He was. How many times did he get into the
But
Europa
you know,
League?
they will never sign. They will never sign Emery because he will cost money.
No, we won't go with Emery. No, we won't.
We know who's running
We're
the
not
club.
even linked to him.
It's a cost-cutting exercise with Ineos. Guys,
Great
it's been a great show. It's been a great show. I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We have been doing 2 hours 35 minutes.
Oh
So
shit!
I just want to thank everybody for tuning
Great
in.
to have you.
I want to thank Mick Ruby for this lovely super
Who's
chat.
Mick
I want
Ruby?
to thank.
Who's Mick Ruby?
I want to thank
That
Bilal
character.
for the super chat. I want to thank all of you. You know, I am Titanium, Stephanie, it's just me, Paul Tobin, Trevor Wade. Let's see who's on top of the list. We have Bilal, McRuby, Danny B, Stephanie, Trevor, Story, Vissa, Pundit Kaye, Primut. Is it just me? Johnny Kermode, Catherine, Rich is here. The Routinator, Gordon Hill, all of you, Tulumba Piri, Rob Always United, Ricky. Thank you everybody for watching
Legends.
for 2 hours 30 minutes. It's so many legends in here.
Legends.
So happy to have Mick back on the channel. It's been a
Oh,
while.
it's been a while.
So
I
what are
haven't
you
been live
doing?
for a long time. What?
Are you planning anything on MUFC Realist TV or?
Why, guys?
I know you have had a
bad.
tough time lately because of what happened with your dad and all of this. But are you doing a comeback soon or?
I hope so, but you know, it's been so busy times lately. I'm also talent manager for Levi Zion, the Fireball guy. So he's gonna do a lot of collaborations with iShowSpeed. He's going to US, so I'm just managing him, trying to grow his brand, and it's amazing, guys. If you haven't seen it, just go search the Fireball guy. This guy's from Sweden. His story is that he used to be a professional footballer. He got injured and the doctor said you will never play football again, ACL, knees and everything. So he went to Costa Rica to do this meditation, breath work, and in his meditation he was healed and he saw a vision that he will play football again, but it was a different kind of football. So the guy invented a ball that you can set on fire. So he's doing freestyle stuff with the ball. Amazing stuff. Wow. So he's done a collaboration with iShowSpeed. So I'm managing his whole US tour and everything. So it's going to be lit. Oh yeah, lit. So that's kind of why haven't been doing anything. And plus, yeah, also the time difference from living in Bali as well. It's just difficult, you know.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed coming on here. Guys, I send you I will tell you a funny story. Like, I went for a walk this morning as you do in Bali. And without getting killed, but I sent you a video, Jarvis. You will laugh.
Okay. I will check it out. I will check it out.
Yeah. So the story is that if you haven't been in Bali, you get harassed by the taxi drivers, bike riders. They call Gojek. So even if you're just walking, hey brother, you want bike?
No.
It's same as you come to Thailand and you're just doing your morning walk and instead of bike, you get massage.
Nothing wrong with a massage. Nothing wrong.
No,
with
I'm
a
just
massage.
walking. No, I'm just walking. No, bike.
Yeah.
And I even literally walk out like, bike. And it's like, no, I'm just going to the gelato shop 50 meters around. Do you want to drive me? It's like, but seriously, like I almost got run over. I made a funny video out of it. It's like, gonna make it, ain't gonna make it. So you have to drive a bike in Bali, a motorbike. Walking in Bali is no good. Anyway.
Okay. Is it dangerous because of the traffic or because of
it's terrible
other things?
You see, the traffic is chaotic, but it's organized chaotic. Like it's fun. I'm laughing at it. There's no point of driving a car in Bali because there's so many bikes, and you try to, and they have this very narrow streets, and you try to walk on that street, and there's bikes coming like, So no, it's not an idea. It's not idea.
No. Interesting. It's. I think you're living the life in Bali, and I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wax the board, and I'm gonna go for a couple of morning surf. I started reviving my old life, kind of thing. I used to surf a lot. I started writing music again, producing music. So I'm finding myself again, Jaws.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear.
Yeah, good to hear.
I posted a few new songs on the MUC Realist TV. I don't know why. I just like loving life.
people, jump over to MUFC Realist TV. Check it out. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe to Mick's channel. And hopefully we'll do. I know when the transfer season starts.
Yeah, I would be
you will
busy then.
back.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll be back. I just
Yes.
don't like to do this post match. It's too late for me, right? You know what I mean? Post match and pre match.
I know.
Oh, we had one the other night. We didn't do Saturday night, didn't we? Because we were out.
No, can't
We're
do
out.
that.
No,
We have to prioritize. I just want to say
Thank
you to everybody. We are on, I think, Stephanie said 50 likes.
50 likes,
how many
yeah.
likes are we on? Let me check.
50,
Give me
I think.
2 seconds. I just want to give you a quick reminder to like the video because it's so important, for the algorithms and all of this. I hardly ask for it during the stream. So I just hope that if you like this show, we are worthy of the thumbs up. So just want to thank everybody. We are on 51 likes, so that's massive. Thank you everybody who contributed. And afterwards, if you have any comments, anything to add, go in the non-live section and leave a comment. It always help out the algorithms, and Stu and I will reply on all of them. So it's fantastic. Thank you, Stephanie. 51 likes. And also, there's a new thing called Hype. I don't know what it's doing, but apparently it helps out.
Hype.
So also Hype the show. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We will be back Saturday night or Sunday night with a preview.
Saturday or Sunday. Well, keep your eyes open. We'll have to see where we are. But Saturday or Sunday, and then Monday.
You guys, if I want to do a live stream, or you guys wanted to come just for the good old times. I hate to do it myself.
Invite us in.
Whenever I have the kids this weekend, so maybe not. Just send me a text on WhatsApp, and I will let you know.
I don't know. I have a laundry time. I don't know. I need to book a plan.
Send us an invite.
Yeah, no worries. Man.
Yes.
No worries. It's a pleasure. Good
Thank
to
you
be
for
back with the boys.
Thank you, Stu. Thank you all of you, and see you on the next one. Have a good one, and have a good night. Bye bye.
Good night.